did it! What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream, and a very happy Magic Monday. One and all. It's coming, everybody. It was right there. There it is. It's coming. Final Fantasy is coming. Don't you worry. The weekly announcements, we don't care as much. But, hello. It is great to see each and every one of you. Hopefully you are all having an amazing day. Hopefully you all had an amazing week or weekend since we last saw you. And as always, we would love to hear from you in the comments down below, whether you are new or not. And in fact, speaking of whether you're new, for those of you that may be new, whether you're watching live or on the VOD, what's going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
We are Geek for All, and we are here, as we are every Monday, to play some more Magic the Gathering Arena, specifically some more Tarkir Dragonstorm Limited. The quick draft is going away, but that's totally fine. We're going to play some Premier Draft Tarkir Dragonstorm. Isn't that fun? Actually, I think we're going to check out the store first, because I see it here.
I just noticed that when Nahiri comes up as the streamer, she blinks.
Yeah, she moves.
I don't like that. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
No, thank you.
For those who don't know what she means, there you go. She moves and blinks, and in fact, when she first appears on the screen, her eyes are closed, and then she opens them.
Yeah.
And
that was
blinks.
fine, but then that she's looking at you and blinks while she's looking at you, no, I don't like that.
Fair enough. Well, you know what, though? Thank you for bringing it up, Amy. You know what you should do? You should subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, while you're here, if you're enjoying the things that we're doing, please don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. You'll get notifications whenever any of our videos come out and or whenever we go live, like this, every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Let's start the draft. At any point, Amy, if there are messages from folks, you are more than welcome to do your thing.
Sure. Can I just say you chose blue, huh?
Why, is that bad?
No reason.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
wearing blue.
Yeah.
And I've been wearing this all day. C. Holland is here saying hey with a wave.
What's up, C. Holland? Happy Monday. Actually, just the man I wanted to see. I had a question for you, or some questions for you. I was curious with Raw on Netflix now, if that is the same, right? I think they've been like kind of touting and bragging about the fact that wrestling is available for the whole world all at the same time now. And so I was curious if that is if that is your experience in over there in England, if that is something that you actually do get live like the rest of us do. Is that something that you partake in? I know that we stream right around that time, so I apologize if we're taking you away from that. I was just curious.
Marcus is also here saying sup.
What is up, Marcus? Happy Magic Monday to you as well. Now this is a good card.
Oh.
Destroy target non-land permanent for Sultai mana. Turn 2, or Chapter 2, mill 3 cards, and then Chapter 3, you can discard a card to return a creature or a land from your graveyard to your hand. I mean, it is Sultai colors, which, you know, you have to have all three to be able to play this, and if you want it on turn 3, you got to get pretty lucky. But we also have a land for it right here in Thornwood Falls.
Right,
but I'll
so
take
if that comes back around.
Yeah. Okay, sure. Let's take the rare. It's a good one. We follow it up with Dragonologist. I don't know that I like this card, right? No, we have to reveal an instant, a sorcery, or a dragon from among them and put it into our hand. No, thank you. Kishla Trawlers. When it enters, we can exile a creature from our graveyard to return an instant or a sorcery from our graveyard to our hand. I mean, obviously, if we're doing graveyard shenanigans, we could do that. We could sack another creature to give this indestructible and tap it. But there is Auroral Procession, which we know is an incredible card.
Yes.
Instant speed, bring back any card from our graveyard to our hand.
C. Helen says, yes, it's live. I tend to watch it on catch-up.
Okay.
And Marcus says, wrestling.
That's right. That's right. It is wrestling, all right.
You do have the land.
There's the land. There's the Dragon Sniper as well, which we know is a good card. Especially for, like, bite spells, of which there are many. I think I'm going to try the Sniper first and hope that we see more of those lands continue to go around. See, there's a Tri-land in Mystic Monastery. That might be a signal, so that's something I'll keep my eye out for. If there are some amazing Jeskai cards going around. I wanted to say Joltai, and I was like, that's dumb.
Jolteon.
If there are good Jeskai cards going around, I will make a note of that, because this being here is somewhat of a signal, but maybe not. Maybe people just don't know. And then returning up to two creature cards from our graveyard to our hand is good. Sorry if you're looking at my face. I feel like I'm about to sneeze, so I'm trying to keep talking and fight through it a little bit. Anyway, this is a very good card, especially if we're doing any or all of the Sultai things like milling cards. Getting two creatures from our graveyard to our hand is very good. Plus, it allows us, if we have a bunch of those types of effects, it allows us to be a lot more aggressive with our creatures.
See, Helen says, I don't have a TV license. Yes, that's a real thing here.
Oh, I do not know what that means.
Okay. Same. I thought it was me being dumb.
Oh, jeez, excuse me. All right, so interestingly, Dismal Backwater also here. Hopefully these lands keep going around. I'm going to take the Stalwart Successor.
Ooh.
Whenever one or more counters are put on a creature we control, if it's the first time counters have been put on that creature, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature.
That orange. Stunning.
It's really good. Really, really good.
Stunning.
Is there, see, Holland, is there a quick and dirty way for you to explain what a TV license is? If it's not, don't worry about it, but you've piqued my curiosity. I don't know what that means. Aenoch Wayfarer is a good card, especially for this type of a strategy, so I'll take it. And it's a 2-drop, also very helpful, getting a creature out that early. Very nice. Gurmag Nightwatch, exactly what we want in this deck. Alchemist's Assistant, also good. It's got Renew, so Renew is a good effect, is the Sultai effect. If this is in our graveyard, we can exile it from our graveyard to do things. So this puts a lifelink counter, but some of the other ones put +1/+1 counters, things like that. But I'm going to take the Nightwatch. Nightwatch is better. Try mana. So that's really good.
Marcus says, I finalized my OC Planeswalker deck list over the weekend.
Nice. Very nice.
Awesome.
Another Alchemist Assistant is good, so I'll take that. And I say another chance at one. We didn't take the first one.
He says 1 creature, 38 lands.
Wow.
23 instants, 10 sorceries.
It's typo.
7 enchantments, 7 artifacts, and 14 planeswalkers.
Wow. Very
That's
cool.
That's ridiculous, Marcus.
Good for you. That's awesome.
That's disgusting.
I mean, the Mardu Devotee is not what we want, but it's the best we got, and we'll take it just in case. I mean, this is the only thing we can play, but we're not going to. The Crocodile or the Earth Carver. I'll take the Earth Carver. That's a good one.
But it was the low-key Crocodile.
Sorry. You're right, it was. There's another Dragon Sniper. There's a Dragon Form Forecaster. 1 blue for an 0/3. Tap 2, tap, search for Dragonstorm Globe or Boulderborn Dragon. Reveal it, put it into our hand, and then shuffle. I don't like that card, so no. Or I don't like those cards, I should say, so no. But another Dragon Sniper, but there's a Feral Deathgorger. I guess I'm supposed to take that. There's also a Nightwatch, but it seemed like the last one came back pretty late, so maybe that one will as well, and I'll take the Deathgorger pretty happily. Notably, none of those lands came back. There is a Jungle Hollow here. Oh, there's a Piercing Exhale and another Auroral Procession. I think I'm supposed to do the adult thing and take the land, though, to be honest. Maybe the Procession comes back, although I highly doubt it. I would love a Piercing Exhale. I love all the exhales. So any on-color... Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Any on-color exhales we can get, I will take. And that is a very good sign that we have staked our claim quite well into Sultai.
Yes, I would say so.
Because our Pack 1, Pick 1 just came to us Pack 2, Pick 3 as well. Deal.
See, Helen says anything else is fair game.
What does that mean? What did I miss?
Did you get censored for something?
Maybe. Kishless Skimmer is very good. Piercing Exhale. Dragon's Prey. Damn. Oh, no. I'm going to take Removal. Maybe that... Well, we already have 2 of these. Fine, I'll take the Skimmer. I really like Dragon Spray. It's a very good card. Let's see who we're drafting with. Rojo Nation, West Indies, BD Crazy, Don Ham, So Compro Terreno, Decipher, and Rainbow Unicorn Princess. Very nice. Okay, well, not for nothing. We know that Humbling Elder is pretty damn good. We've used it to pretty good effect in the past. Kintree Severance is also good. But it's 4 mana, but it exiles something with mana value 3 or greater. I'm going to take it over the Elder, I think. There's another Earth Carver. There's another Elder. There's the Nest Guard, which I don't love. Bellringer technically is in our colors, as is Essence Anchor, but I'm really looking at these 3 down here. Got a lot of 2s. I'm going to try an Elder. This came back kind of late, and we're kind of the only one that wants it, I feel like.
So, Godalope says, "Yeehaw, Wormlords."
What is
Hi.
up, Godalope? That's hilarious. I like that a lot. Because worm spelled with a Y, meaning dragons. I get a Sultai Devotee, by the way. Incredible card, and I will happily take it.
C. Helen says, "Wow, my first censure ever."
Really? Wow.
If you watch TV, ass it's being broadcast, or use. So I think it's supposed to say as it's being broadcast, or use the BBC VOD app.
Okay. Okay, and you need to have a license to do that. That's super interesting.
Huh.
Technically, this is the only card we could play out of all those. This one's not terrible. It's better than Bellringer for us, but I'm still probably not playing it. And then Night Watch comes back. You are damn right. The Stride, I may cut it, and this goes in the sideboard. Okay.
Oh, we handed that to somebody. Hey.
Boo!
Hey. Hey. We
Go
had
on.
plenty of indications that we were in the correct colors. This is only the second indication that we're not.
Stupid pack 3. We still get a rare dragon in our colors, which
Good.
I genuinely don't think I've ever seen this card before. In
No,
my
me
life.
neither.
It's a 4-mana 4/4 dragon, Scavenger Regent. The dragon has flying and ward, discard a card, but we can do sorcery, Exude Toxin, X green. Each non-dragon creature gets -X until end of turn. Sick. I'll happily take it, but what the hell? Gotta be Caustic Exhale. Love the exhales. Second Aurora Procession. Gonna elude us once again, I think. But I'll take the exhale over, like, the Blizzard or the Procession. Ooh, how many dragons do we have? 2? It's probably not enough. They lose 2, we gain 2, surveil 2. But there's a Dismal Backwater. That's what we have to take. We don't have many lands. In fact, that's literally our second one. We gotta take the land. We gotta do the right thing here.
So, Godalope says, "Jokes on a new scale, ...
Dragon Scale.
Nice.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
C. Helen says, "Yeah." Godalope says, "Interesting, C. Helen."
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if I like that.
No.
That sounds like maybe tonight wasn't the first time you've been censored, if you know what I'm saying.
Do I want this instead? I think I kind of do. That card seems great. I don't know that I've seen that card a lot either. Now, Rakshasa's Bargain is in our colors. Look at the top 4. 2 into our hand and the rest into our graveyard. You got it. Better than Whale of War, at least because this is the first one of these and the second one of those. So, yeah, I'll take that happily. That's great. Is it Blood Flies? I think it's Blood Flies. No, we need high end. Holy shit. We have so many low drop cards. Wow.
We're doing white weenies.
We're not.
We're definitely not.
We're not in white at all.
That Kintree Severance card has one white pip.
It sure does. And we won't be using its white pip at all.
Godolob says white weenies, ha ha ha.
Yeah, exactly. I guess I'll take this guy. It does let me mill when it enters. We care about stuff in our graveyard, right? Undergrowth Leopard over the Agent of Colas. This does renew to put 2 counters on something for 4 mana. We need the Leopard. We need ways of getting rid of artifacts or enchantments. Put this in the sideboard.
See, Helen says the stupid thing is the BBC gets all the money, even if it's live on another channel.
Wow. They just, like, have a monopoly on your television, huh?
Wow, that's like...
interesting.
And they don't even try to pretend like that's not what's happening. They don't even hide it. That's sounding familiar to things happening over here.
Nah, I've never heard anything like that at all.
No.
All right, I mean, we have some cuts to make, which is interesting, because I put a lot of cards in the sideboard, I feel like. But we have a lot of cards in our deck, right? Like, yeah, we need 8 cuts still? Crazy.
Damn.
Okay, all right.
Marcus says the commander is the only creature, but flips to become a planeswalker. 5 board wipes, tons of token creature or creation, and creature lands. It's everything my interactive playstyle wants.
That sounds right.
The Regent is very good.
Oh, okay. I don't. Oh, the Scavenger Regent. Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm happy with the dragon, especially so low costed. Most of them are like the Feral Deathgorger style, where they have the Omen that is cheap and the dragon that is expensive, and this is arguably possibly reversed. Like the dragon itself is cheap-ish at 4, and the Omen could be as expensive as we need it to be, basically, because we could just wipe the board that way.
And Godolob says sick dragon as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Marcus, that sounds really cool.
Yeah, it does.
Godolob says, reminds me of my old tossed Thalids deck back in the day.
That is incredible as a pun, Godolob. I truly love that. That's great. Thalids are older creatures that would make saprolings. Like, you would put like spore counters on them every turn, and then when they had a certain number of spore counters on them, you would remove all spore counters from them and make a saproling.
No, okay.
So Thalids spawned a bunch of saprolings over time, and so you would have a bunch of Thalids on the field that would just be making saprolings continuously, and you just have a ton of them.
Marcus says Meat Hook Dragon.
Exactly, like Meat Hook Massacre, but on a dragon. That's right.
Awesome.
Totally right. We don't get the, like, they lose, we gain thing, which sucks, but, you know, it's not an enchantment, right? You just cast it as a sorcery and wipe the board. It's great.
And see, Helen says you can wait till the program is over and then watch on that channel's catch-up service. And that gets rounded. Okay.
See, and I personally, for wrestling at least these days, like, if there is occasion for me to watch live with other people, I'll do that. But if I'm like, oh, the show's on right now, but I'm going to watch it by myself, I don't. And I just try to avoid spoilers and then come back to it, because I prefer my media at 1.5 times speed. I just do. Like, you know, even wrestling. In fact, I feel like the moves look smoother at 1.5.
Oh, yeah. Because
there's like a little bit of like fumbling that is much more visible at regular speed. And I prefer it looking a lot more seamless at 1.5. It's pretty nice.
Erica says, hi, my darlings.
What is up, Erica? Happy Magic Monday. How are you?
Yeah.
In fact, for everyone, if you have not told us, how are you doing? How's every little thing? How's life treating you?
Right. I like wrestling on 1.5 times speed, just the wrestling, not the, like, promos.
Yeah.
But I do like it on 1.5 because the holds don't last as long.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the holds are always, like, so annoying. It's like, okay, yes, you're, like, posturing for us, basically. Like, here's this pose that's, like, not actually doing anything, but it's definitely killing time, and that's literally it.
So, do you know what those are called? Do you remember me talking about this with you?
No.
Those are literally called rest holds. When they do those holds, they're breathing. They're like taking time to like suck wind because they're exhausted.
Yeah, well, I'm getting bored is what's happening. See, Holland says, hi, Erica. And Erica says, I'm getting by. Mom came home from the hospital today.
Okay.
Good.
That is good.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Okay, but she was there a bit. So, is she okay? Because I know that what she had has like the potential to be extremely serious, and then also the potential to be like really not that serious. So like I wasn't really sure where on that spectrum she was landing. But it seems pretty serious if it took her till now to get home. See, Holland says, good job. You didn't watch in the 60s and 70s, LOL. It was all wrestles. Yeah, that's because they didn't have any muscles back then. They were just like, they weren't even fit.
I was going to say, I mean, one of the most popular wrestlers, not from necessarily the 60s. I'm getting my eras conflated, right? It's probably more the 80s, but Dusty Rhodes was a very popular wrestler, and while I love him and I think he's incredible, and I think both of his sons are incredible,
right.
He's built like me, and I would not be able to do that.
No.
So like, or I'm built like him, I guess. He came well before. But I'm built like he is, and I would not be able to do a lot of that. So
no way.
I get it, right? Like, they need time to rest, or, they're just going to do, it can't all be, I'm not going to, like Jacob Fatu, who goes in there and like standing jumps from the ring to the second rope with both feet, to the top rope with both feet, and then does a fucking backflip into the middle of the ring without touching the ropes once. I couldn't climb the ropes without touching them once. Like... Insane.
Wow. I will never understand athletes. Never in my life. They will just always be elusive to me. I will never understand them. I am just, I'm not capable. I've never been capable, and I just, I've stopped trying. Erica says the cellulitis responded to treatment really well, but her potassium didn't want to come back up.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay.
Where was didn't I take a card that like doubled +1/+1 counters, or did I dream that? Or did I choose something else over it? Am I stupid? I could have sworn I took... What?
Is that the one I made the white
this one.
Joke?
This one. Stalwart Successor. I don't think this one works. I need one more cut. Awkward. How many creatures do I have? 17? I can use to cut one more. Okay. Sure. Okay. That's 41. Amy.
Yeah.
Out of... Whoops. Get out of here. This card?
Yeah.
Or this card?
Ooh.
What's our deck box? Oh, yeah, that's it.
Oh, the second one. Because that's just gorgeous. I love me some Worf from Star Trek, but it's got to be the second one. She's just beautiful.
All right. What are our sleeves tonight?
Oh, what should they be? Sorry.
So loud.
I didn't think it was that loud. Yeah.
Wow.
Fibblethip trying to escape being eaten by this adorable creature.
Adorable creature?
Yes.
Holy crap. Okay. Well, we all know something else about Amy today, I guess.
What?
You think that Kraken thing looks adorable?
It doesn't look like a kraken to me, but it does look adorable.
Oh, my God. Okay, well, here we go.
Yes. Okay. Erica says, speaking of wrestlers, I've fallen in love with Timeless Toni Storm.
She is really good. Is she on AEW or TNA right now? I don't recall. I will admit I'm much more of a WWE guy than literally anything else, but I am aware of Timeless Toni Storm, and in fact, if I can find a quick picture on the internet, I'll show it to Amy so that she also knows what Timeless Toni Storm looks like. We're playing against Snowman. Is that a cocaine reference, or...
It's just like snow.
Maybe.
She says AEW.
Gotcha, thank you. That is Timeless Toni Storm.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, very much your aesthetic, Erica, of course. With the pearls and the gloves. Love that. See, Holland says Orange Cassidy? That's your favorite?
I also like Orange Cassidy.
I don't know who that is either.
So Orange Cassidy's gimmick, at least originally, I could be wrong, for like today, but Orange Cassidy's gimmick originally was that he would just come out to the ring, hands in his pockets, very casually, and then every match that he wrestled, he would start with his hands in his pockets.
Oh,
and like
nice.
Start wrestling like that on purpose.
Love that.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Oh yeah, she looks amazing, Erica. The gloves, the pearls, the the jacket that comes all the way down to the ground.
Like a duster.
And then she's like, oh, like in the photo she's like this. And then she's got like the old Hollywood hair and makeup, and then that fucking jawline. Hell yes. Love it.
All right, so we're going to play the Night Watch, look at the top three, one back on top and the rest into our graveyard. Technically, this is helpful in the graveyard, so I guess I'll take the Leopard. They have one of their own. And I won't attack for two. The Flyers are just going to kind of stare at each other for a little while, I guess, but, you know.
Stare each other down.
Basically.
Literally down, so that they're no longer Flyers.
Nice.
Marcus says, the hair! The hair?
Whose hair?
Is that like Orange Cassidy's hair, or is that the name of another wrestler?
All right, what are we doing here? So a double block on the Night Watch kills it.
Guys, my new favorite is Joe Hendry.
Amy loves Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
We know you do, Amy. We know you do. That's so funny.
Toni Storm's hair. It's fab. Yeah, for sure.
No blocks at all? Sick. Okay. I love it. I guess I'll play my own Leopard, which I will happily trade for theirs if I must, especially because getting their Leopard off the field is good because we have two Sagas in our deck. They're the same, but we have two Sagas in our deck, and we want to be able to actually play them and have them stay on the battlefield. So, yeah. All right, it looks like they're getting rid of the... Oh, okay, they're just going to keep it tapped. Ironic, because I'm literally going to get rid of it at the end of the turn. In fact, if you attack, I will block and then get rid of it. So please attack, I guess, just with the Flyer. Sure, you get in for 1. You're at 15. I'll go to 19. That's fine with me. Also, I will happily trade my Undergrowth Leopard to keep my Kishla Skimmer attacking you. Thank you for asking.
That sounds like it means something else, but I'm not going to get into it. But are you?
Humbling Elder.
That's the question.
Yeah, probably. All right, so I could use Kintry Severance. I see literally no need. I guess I'll Alchemist's Assistant and give Lifelink to the Night Watch here. A card left my graveyard, so I draw again, and I get a Caustic Exhale, Instant Speed, and a Humbling Elder are both sitting there waiting, which is amazing. And I can play both, which is nice. Really, really nice. Okay, they take all 5. We gain 3 to 22. And then I guess I pass? Because basically what I can do is the Elder wouldn't be able to kill the Leopard on blocks, but whatever. Oh, okay, I can't play both because I don't have a dragon. My bad. So I could play this or this. But, I mean, having them both there is extremely helpful. And yeah, I mean, these Night Watches came so late, and this card is doing very well for us right now. All right, so that's going to be a 3/3 flyer. You got it. AKA, by the way, it's dead at the end of their turn, or if they attack me with it, which I'm sure they're going to do now. They didn't attack me at all. Well, let's see how much you like this card. I'd like to 2-for-1 you, and you can't return it back to your hand, the aura, because you don't have 3 mana. But you could have, like, whatever it's called, the thing that gives hexproof for 1 mana.
They don't have 3 mana?
Hexproof, and not blue. They need blue.
Oh,
my bad.
Okay. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. All right, so they're going to do some kind of a bite spell or fight spell or something, which is fine.
See, Helen says he's just seen a couple of Tony's promos. LOL.
Ah, okay. All right.
Are they good?
5th land would get us this crocodile. But basically, the thing is, with this 1/4 bell ringer here, if I just attack with the Night Watch, they block and we just gain 3 life. They don't take any damage. If we attack with both, they presumably still block the Night Watch, but still we get in for 2, which is really nice. So I'm going to do that, and then we can play the crocodile after. If for some reason they try to pump, no, they don't. Okay, but they still take 3. I guess they're afraid of like any form of pump that would then kill their bell ringer. But I'm just going to play this 5/3 that we don't care if it dies, because if it dies, we get a 2/2, and we can then pay 1 mana at any time later on our turn to put a counter on something, which is just great. We're shields down now, but to be fair, the only thing oh, wow.
Thank you, Snowman.
I have to imagine they were short on mana there. Like, colors, specifically. Because, like, they did nothing. They played this leopard, they tried to get rid of, like, tap down our creature, and they played this aura and this. So, yeah, they had to have been off on colors. Like, I imagine there was, some red cards in here for Teamer. Am I doing my colors correctly? Or some black cards in here for Sultai that they couldn't play stuff with. And that sucks. But again, I'll take wins how I can get them.
Yeah. And we all should, I suppose.
Right? AEW was here a little while ago. A couple years ago, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe last year. They were here local, like performing locally. And I mean, obviously, I know the WWE guys that are there. But I haven't gotten the chance to get into their stuff, right? So it's not that I dislike them or their product, or their talent. Because I haven't had the time to watch it myself, going to a random show and like paying for a random show is not my idea of a good like use of my money. Despite the fact that I do enjoy wrestling. So.
Yeah.
All right, 3s across the board. We do have all 3 colors here. It's a little slow, but hopefully we can make it work. Let's see how hopefully slow our opponent's deck is. Blast Stranger?
Erica, I apologize for my ADD here. So, okay, she responded well to the treatment for the cellulitis, your mom. But it took her a while to get her potassium back up. So how is she doing now? I mean, they released her, so, I mean, she's doing better, obviously. But does she feel better, or is it going to still take a toll on her for a while, you think?
Right. Does she have any post-release supervision that she has to, like, follow up with and go to or whatever?
Right. Or, like, does she have to take potassium supplements now for, like, a period of time? Or what are they saying?
Okay, this is interesting. I assume this thing just eats a removal spell here. So they're Mardu. Oh, they're Mardu plus blue. Okay, sure. So like Mardu's Jeskai? I guess, because this is white. Okay. Quarry Mountain Stalwart, but you can't attack this turn anymore because you're tapped out now. What does this thing do? Flurry, if they cast their second spell, it deals 2 damage to me and they gain 2. Okay. So, annoying, but not the worst, to be honest. This is an instance. We could do this whenever, and this has flash. So we could flash this in and trade with this guy.
Marcus says the opponent is Brea. Is that a YouTuber we're supposed to know?
Yeah, I don't...
Or a Twitcher?
Or is that a reference that I'm just not getting? Because that's also totally possible, knowing me. Stadium Headliner with Flurry. 1 damage to each opponent, 2 damage and they gain 2 life. And then mobilize 1, sack it, it deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature. Good. Okay. So yeah, we're going to flash in this 3-2 and block their 3-3. They don't attack at all.
I asked if she was a Twitcher, and then I twitched. And then
Nice.
I was like, is that kind of offensive, or is that funny? I don't know.
I think it's fine. Awaken the Honored Dead seems pretty good here. 2 to put into our hand, huh? Sure. Oh god, this one. Because we're gonna mill as well with this. We drew another land. Okay, fine. We've drawn plenty. 5 means next turn we get this Earth Carver. So we might as well destroy target non-land permanent and get rid of the Stalwart. It's important. Our creature stays, or now is, the biggest thing on the field. Their 1/1 has Menace? No, just mobilize 1. Okay. No attacks. And we pass. And then the nice thing is Whale of War. It says whenever 1 or more this gets a counter. But anyway, we can mill cards. We can, if we do this to return 2 creatures from our graveyard to our hand during our turn, this thing will get a counter, which is cool.
C. Holland says, oh, Raw is coming to my city. Not going, though. Should see how much the tickets are, ...
Yeah, so I've seen reports online, and they are online, so I do take it with a grain of salt, but the amount, the numbers that are being thrown around, like 4-digit numbers for tickets.
Oh, jeez.
Hell no. Hell no. Mm-mm. We went to Raw a year ago. It was fine. Right? Like, we had an okay time, but it was not amazing. Right? Like, it was fine. It was just fine.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I had some issues with it. The venue acoustically was not suited for the pyro.
Holy shit. Yeah, you're totally right on that.
So, I mean, I have complex PTSD. It's not even associated with, like, a war zone. But I can't imagine how someone with PTSD that is associated with a war zone could possibly be in that room. Because I couldn't. Especially, it was so triggering.
Sorry. Especially because WWE is so big into supporting the troops. Yeah. And so they so often, at least used to, it's, you know what, it's actually been a while since I've seen them do it. But I feel like they used to, like, often have, like, oh, we want to thank Officer so-and-so or Corporal so-and-so for being here and, you know, representing our armed forces and serving our country and blah, blah, blah. And, like, you know, they used to do that. So that's a really good point on your part. Because I agree. I mean, I don't have complex nor regular PTSD, and those explosions are a lot. Yeah. And we were the furthest away possible. We were against the back wall.
That might have contributed to it,
Fair point.
Because if we were in the center and there was the same number of people in front of us as behind us, those people were probably the most insulated from that noise, right? And we were on the very back wall. So as soon as it bounced off that wall, it hit us, right? But I couldn't stay in the room. I had to literally leave. Yeah. Like, I came back later, but I had to leave. I couldn't stay in that room.
Yep.
Marcus says Brea is the greenless precon commander. from the year they made the 4-color commander decks.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
So if everything but green, meaning they are
Gotcha.
bright.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I was like, greenless, huh? Atraxa was the red list commander from that set. Okay.
Gotcha. All right, so I'm going to discard this forest to get back my Earth Carver that they just killed, because that's a very good card. And they had to use like 2 cards to get it back or whatever. Plus a card left in my graveyard, so now I get a +1/+1 counter on my Hunter. Great, awesome. Then I can play a land because, see, the thing is... No, actually, hold on. We'll do the Earth Carver first. It endures 3. It looks like they're trying to respond in some capacity, but it already hit the battlefield, so even though they have blue open, they're not countering this. But we'll make a 3/3 again. Then we'll play this land. Then we will use the Crocodile on the token. A card left our graveyard. That gets a counter. Sick. That gets a counter. And now we get to swing for 9. Seems okay, right? If they take it all, we're tied. Health-wise. We do have a removal spell, but also the creature that we just played, the 4/4, has reach. If they kill it again, congrats, you did it, I guess. But we otherwise are fully walling the Lancer. Okay, 5 damage to the 5/5, it dies. They do reveal the Riling Dawnbreaker that they could use to make a 2/2, or if they play a land next turn, they could play a 3/4 Flying Vigilance, which they did play a land. And at the beginning of combat on their turn, one of their other creatures gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Okay. So basically, if they play that, give the +1/+0 to the flyer and swing in, I don't block the flyer and just kill it with Severance instead, which is fine. Okay, another Quarry Mountain Stalwart, right? They were the one that played the last one. They are. Second spell. Jesus. Okay. For a Salt Road Pack Beast to draw a card, that'll help them double spell next turn, presumably as well. But attacks are going to be difficult for them here, as we know. So that's good. Excuse me. And they did just pass. Now, if we give everything -3/-3, 2 of our creatures live, and none of theirs do.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, and it's non-dragon, and there are no dragons on the field. So yeah, that's phenomenal. So what? 3, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We would have 2 mana left over, which is not enough to do anything else, but that's more than fine with me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's doing enough.
Yeah, I agree.
To kill all of their creatures. That's kind of insane.
And then we get to attack them for, well, I guess we only get to attack them for 2 at that point, but still worth it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. What a tragedy. Swing for 2. They're at 20. Pass.
Okay. What a great card.
Oh, shit. That is also a good card. Speaking of good cards. 3/3 Flying Haste. If it hits me, which it just did, they gain a life and draw a card. God damn. Okay. Well, we have a Dragon Sniper. That's fun. But what we're going to do first is for 4 mana, which leaves us with 3. Oh, this has Flash, so yeah, okay. Let's go like this. Combat first. They have 1 mana open. Could be Humbling Elder, I suppose. This is an instant as well, huh?
Marcus says, and the dragon is shuffled back into your library, so good.
It's true, yeah, because we just get to do it again later.
Oh, it didn't go in our graveyard?
No, that's what Omen does.
Awesome.
Yeah, so Omen says, or it's not going to tell you here, I guess.
That's
but,
fine.
Yeah, when you cast an Omen, it gets shuffled back in.
That's
all right, so
cool.
instant flash creature. So
wow.
Pass. Leave all my options open. So I have my Dragon Sniper. I will happily trade the Dragon Sniper for the Shrine Keeper. It doesn't have Trample. My creature has Reach and Death Touch. They're going to tap it, put 3 stun counters on it. That's fine? I think that's fine. Sure. Okay.
Elspeth's crown reminds me of that crown that we got from that other set.
Conspiracy Take the Crown.
Yeah. It's like the same sort of style.
Sure, I'll agree with that. I love that they got to exile the top 2 cards of the library, choose 1 until the end of the next turn they may play it, and they got 2 land. Beautiful. Just what I love to see. All right, so they've done a bunch of stuff pre-combat. Now, do they attack? I don't see why they wouldn't. Good. I don't have the white, so 4 mana. And exile that. Goodbye. Cool. I drew Auroral Procession. So Auroral Procession, Whale of War, both of which let me get things back from my graveyard. But it does say card. Return a card from your graveyard to your hand. But I mean, and I've played some good stuff this game. I do like this Hunter, but I guess I could do that later. So let's just go to combat. Somebody got bumping music outside. Let's attack for 8 and see what they do. Chump block is fine here. We know their only card in their hand. We know it. We have perfect information. They take it all. Great. They have Menace on their 1/3, which sucks a little bit, but I think it's fine. We could give -1/-1 until end of turn if they play a bunch of 1/1s, but like this Mobilize 1 is just a 1/3 and makes a single 1/1, so I'm not too worried about it.
Marcus says, I like this deck.
Thank you. I mean, it's coming together. I like it too so far.
Same.
But yeah, a lot of... well, and Marcus, are you trying to say, Marcus, that you appreciate sitting back and not playing anything on your turn and just playing everything on your opponent's turn instead? Because I've never heard that about you once. No, it's obviously it's really working out nicely. I appreciate it too. All right, so they draw 3, discard 1. Okay, that's good for them as well.
That art, man.
The Focus
so
the Mind,
cool.
yeah, it's very good.
Nah, who'd say that?
Maybe people that have played against and lost to you.
So everybody?
I was going to say, but nah, nobody at all. Don't worry about it. All right, so the 1/3 attacks, making a 1/1. All right, so basically what I'm going to do here is flash this in to at least block the 1/1. I can mitigate some damage here. Pass the blockers, block the 1/1, don't care, take 1, go to 6. They're at 5. And then if I Auroral Procession, I'll have 2 mana left. They have 2 mana open with 2 cards in hand. Basically, the thing is I'm trying to see if I can win this turn. If I... Oh, they make another 2/2. They drew this back again, unless they have a second one. And the Mobilize 1 goes away. So they have 2 blockers. So they would block these 2, right? 3, 4. I need to do 1 more damage. What can I do? Oh, no. What can I do? Oh, never mind. We're fine. Auroral Procession. Getting back. Caustic Exhale. They're tapped out. Caustic Exhale. Targeting one of their 2/2s. This is at the end of their turn. And now we win. Oh, this thing's tapped? Did I forget that? Yeah, I did. Okay, that's fine. This will still work. Do I play... If I play this... I do that after, right? Yeah, because adding green is irrelevant. Milling 3 pre-combat is irrelevant. But sacking to give it indestructible also irrelevant. So yeah, let's attack for 11. We're at 6.
So, Marcus, I've been meaning to ask you about your old friend, David. Thank you, Blast Ranger 7. His name was David, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
If I recall correctly.
Yeah, I've just been meaning to ask you if you've been in touch with him, if you know how he's doing.
2 wins, no losses. Let's keep it going. Arena's playing me. Many of the best decks don't go over the recommended card limit. Very rarely do you need over 40 cards in your deck for limited or over 60 in constructed. Mm-hmm. Just because I'm playing a 41 card deck, Arena, doesn't mean that you can just shame me like this in front of everyone. It feels very pointed and I feel attacked, okay? M2R. I do not know what that stands for.
He says David is good. I talked to him today. We played some Diablo Immortal.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
All right, so this hand, again, a little slow, but, oh, cool. We now have a 2-drop. That's great. But yeah, basically the fact that we get to cast Night Watches to help us get more lands if we need them, or more spells if we draw any other land at all. Okay. Excuse me. Sentinel I don't care about. They get to search for a land, shuffle, and put it on top. Okay. Yeah, I'm not in love with that card, I won't lie. Let's play this, and I guess we play this over the Sniper this turn. And, like, use as much mana as possible. Like I said, next turn we can play a Night Watch, and then if we get a land, and hopefully we draw a land next turn, that would be even better, because then we can get, like, a real card with this. That sucks. Okay, I'll take 3. Annoying, but that's life. We did not draw the land. We're not going to play the bargain. We'll play the 3/3. It's quite helpful. And we can very aggressively trade this off with the Reigning Victor because we have another one in hand and we know we do. Well, I mean, between these two, I can only pick one. It's this one. Do I attack? You're damn right I don't. 2 mana, sack another creature, put a counter on this. You got it. Okay, good to know. Whoa! And now I need a land off the top. Son of a bitch.
Oh.
Alright, it's times 2 or times 3? Twice. Okay. So I took 2 that turn. Oh, right. We got Awaken the Honored Dead. Nariev's gone. Suck it. Thank God. Fuck off, Mythic Dragon. Go the hell away. No attacks. Pass. Oh my God. Because otherwise I thought we needed the land because we would need to cast Kintree Severance, which costs 4 because we don't have the white. Marshal of the Lost, 3/3 Death Toucher is a little scary. Do I trade here? Target creature, so that it can include itself. But sure, I'll block. Let's do it. I'm tired of that thing. It's annoying. Yeah, we drew the 4th land. Mill 3? Land. God damn it. Land, and removal spell that could have killed this immediately.
Of course.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
Sounds like magic to me.
Now, what if... Oh, I can't. We don't have double green. So I can't cast this and anything else.
Marcus says his creature/planeswalker art is the closest to complete.
Nice.
His card is busted with enough mana. He's Sultai.
Okay. Very cool. All right, so do we have a creature in our graveyard? You're damn right we do. We have the Night Watch. That's fantastic. Because now we can just discard a card next turn. It is after we draw? It's before we draw, I think, right? So Mardu Monument, they get a land. And then if they sack it for 5, they can make 3 1/1s that never go away. Okay, so I could discard this land to get a creature back from our graveyard to our hand. Creature or land, but I'm discarding the land. So, okay, let's do that. The best choice we have is Night Watch, I think. I mean, it'll be the biggest... Well, it'll be the only creature on the battlefield, but it'll be the biggest creature as well.
Sounds right.
As well. So I guess I might as well play it. It's more kind of filtering for what we want. I mean, yes, I will take the busted rare dragon. Thank you for asking. Plus, the Adorned Crocodile in the graveyard is fun. Do I do it now and make it a 4/4? I don't think so. Although, they have 1 unknown card in hand? Yeah, I'll do it. Whatever, that's fine. So that we can use our mana most effectively. Okay, so now they have 2 unknown cards in hand. They play the land that we knew about. Look at their sleeves. I love these.
Yeah,
they're like silhouette. Like, yeah, they're really badass. Do they have removal? Is it like a pseudo 2-for-1? Kind of. They add triple colors. Can they play another card for 5 or less? As the last card in their hand, by the way. Sure. Nope. Zergo makes sense. Son of a bitch, dude. Alright, so he has Mobilize 2. During his end step, warriors have They Can't Be Sacrificed. Okay, but it's the only card on the field, so I'm going to go ahead and cast the dragon. 4/4 beats a 2/4, last time I checked. And they're top decking, and we are not. So I feel okay. They got... I don't want to say they got lucky with that. Surreal 2, draw 2, lose 2? It's a good draw. It's a very good draw. All right, they put a land in the graveyard with Surveil. So now they can target the Scavenger Regent to kill it because they have 2 cards in there. And they discarded a second Zurgo, everyone. A second rare Zurgo. We got rid of Nariv here as well. Nariv was in that opponent's deck.
What tier are they?
Bronze.
Wow.
What am I supposed to do here? We need more green, so I'm going to play this 2-4. Do I mill 3? Do I care to mill 3? Decline to mill 3. But yeah, we need more green. This can add 2 more green. We're so short on land. They have 1 million, and they're top decking like complete luck sacks.
Wow.
We take 7 and go to 5. And the Warriors don't go away at the end of the turn.
This is insane.
Yep. Whale of War! Mwah. Oh, I love you. Okay. Well, we play our Vigilance Reach Death Toucher.
Okay.
And we pass. I don't know what they're going to draw, but if it pumps all their creatures, I play this first. But, like, they have to have been the biggest luck sack in the world to not lose here. Or not lose, but, like, okay. Choose one. Everything gets -1/-1 on their side of the field. Everything.
This is going to be good, Marcus says.
Yeah, as long as they didn't top deck like an asshole again. Okay, good. I just needed to see it happen because God knows. And now I have this Death Toucher that I'd like you to have Zurgo meet for just a moment. They drew a card to save Zurgo with. I'm so fucking mad. Okay, anyway. Auroral Procession. We have 2 mana left after that. And we have... Caustic Exhale isn't good enough, but Dragon's Prey is. Destroy target creature. So we're going to do that. Auroral Procession, they're empty-handed. So I'm doing it now, and I'm doing it absolutely now. Do I Kintree Severance? No, I can't. I have to do... I could get the Regent back, and I really want to, but I think I have to just kill Zurgo here. And I have to do it with the mana from the Rejuvenator, which is a little annoying, but it's worth it. Goodbye, Zurgo. Pass.
There's
I'm at
no
5.
way they could possibly have a third Zurgo, so...
It's irrelevant. I just need them to stop drawing complete gas. That's 3 rares and a mythic so far that we've had to combat. And it's card advantage. They're just drawing more cards off of top decks. Like, it's actually insane. Okay, and they drew a land, so they played the land. We'll play a 5th land, by the way. We just got our 5th land.
Yeah, and they've got like a whole book of lands
Exactly,
over here.
exactly. Let's play the Night Watch. We'll use our own card advantage if we can. 1 back on top, the rest into our graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's back on top. Oh, right, but the creature taps for mana. So this. Absolutely that stays on top. This is an instant. This is a creature, but... I think I just play this now. What does this do? Top 4. 2 into our hand, rest into our graveyard. We do have 14 cards left in our library, so maybe we hold off on that for a moment. We're at 5, though. So I think I'm going to try the lifelink on the 2/4 and not attack. Whenever a creature enters this turn, we lose 1, they gain 1. Okay, this has Mobilize 1, so they're going to at least be able to do it once. If they top decked a creature, they will be able to do it twice. And if that creature does more things, okay, they're going to combat, so that's fine. So we lose 1, they gain 1. We're at 4. Arena? Oh my god. Come on.
Oh, shit.
Come on. We're still streaming. It wasn't a computer. Arena crashed. That hasn't happened in a very long time.
Yeah.
To Arena's credit, that hasn't happened in a very long time. But also, oh. Ugh. Description. Alright, Arena's back. Give me something. Give me a chance here. Okay, good. We're back.
It says, like, go live over here in the corner.
It always does that these days. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what they've got. They've got one card in hand.
Wait, didn't we have 5 life a second ago?
We lost one. They gained one.
Oh,
they drew the removal spell. Yeah, when a creature entered, we lost one. They gained one.
Okay.
All right, time to play a 4/4 reach and a 3/3 and pray. We got up to 6, so even with this ability activating again, we should be okay. But we just played 7 power and 7 toughness worth of creatures.
Marcus says, now that you mention it, Arena hasn't crashed on me in a long time. Thank you, M2R.
They conceded at 18. We have been on the back foot fighting so fucking hard. I'm actually genuinely a little bit insulted. Like, I'm glad that they conceded because we won, but I'm genuinely a little bit insulted. We've been fighting our fucking ass off against your busted ass shit deck. Like, it's not even, I don't mean shit like that it's bad, but like, what the fuck? They've had the best luck ever. Right. And like, now you're facing down 9 power? That's half your life. Like, suck it up and keep playing the fucking game.
Well,
sorry, maybe people disagree with me on that, but like, that was really fucking frustrating that we had to like fight back against that. Maybe they got annoyed because we were gone for a long time. They thought we were salty roping them or something. But like, I don't know. Like, I assume that it's a crash, and if they come back, like...
Well, the other thing is they might have... I mean, they kept on drawing gas. Maybe they used it all up.
They have 15 cards left in their library, and this is not their last turn. That's my point. Like,
okay, but what I'm saying is maybe they know that everything that was good in their deck, they've already played.
Maybe.
Because they had a zillion good things that they've already played.
Maybe. I mean, they have 9 land on the field, right? So even if they drew a land, which may be why they conceded, right? That's 10. If they're playing a typical draft strategy, that means they would have 7 more in their deck. They have 15 cards. So that means less than half of the rest of their cards are land. And if they're playing a Mardu deck, which means it might be less because their curve is lower, right, then less than half of their remaining cards are land. So, like, with everything else that they've played so far, it would be very unlikely that the rest of their deck would be shit. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
I don't know. I'm glad we won, right? Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, like, stay and take your licks. Like, I don't understand. We fought our asses off there, and you're going to leave? That frustrates me. But I'm glad we won. So.
Marcus says, get hype, Joe.
Yeah, I got hot, I guess. I don't know. That pissed me off a little bit.
Is that a Chandra?
Yeah, their sleeves, yeah. Because again, that deck was super difficult to play against, and we still had all the answers. And then the moment that we might have been going back towards the upswing, they killed us. Or conceded, I mean. And it was like, why? What the fuck was the point? What are they saying here? What did we do?
So we could win. That was the point.
Have 80 creatures leave our graveyard over any number of games, and have an opponent discard the last card in their hand, and that was for the ward ability. They counted that. Because they had 2 cards in hand. They played one of them as the removal spell, and the other one, ward, discard a card. They had to do it. So apparently that worked for us. So there we go. 1 with nothing. 1 with nothing is a truly ridiculous magic card that I believe costs 1 black mana, and it says discard your hand. That's it. I think it's also a sorcery. I don't even think it's an instant speed card.
It looks like he's thinking about volleyball.
Yeah. Yeah. His mind is blank, I guess. And anyway, we're going to claim Grave Robbing. And we now have Greatness.
Sick.
Which we can equip now. And we claim it. And this is the Grave Robbing art. because this is the one with nothing art.
So Marcus says, now that you mention it, Arena hasn't crashed on me in a long time. I play on mobile, so it used to crash a lot.
Fair.
Godalope says, boom. Maybe they had some in real life stuff happen, but I would be ticked initially too.
Yeah, that's fair. And look, that's why I always say, right, I try to like give the benefit of the doubt, like I said with the crash thing, right? Arena crashed, so it took us a while. We were roping. But like the second we got back, I did my blocks, right? And even I had to like try to like reevaluate what the battlefield looked like and stuff, like just to make sure that nothing crazy had happened, right? You were like, wait, weren't we at 5? But like I remembered that them playing a creature meant that mobilizing a creature meant that we lost 1, they gained 1, so we went down to 4 and they went up by 1. But yeah, the fact that they were at 18 when they conceded, that was a little tilting, yeah. But yes, Godalope, thank you. It's important to like keep that type of stuff in perspective. Like I've done that before where like I had a deck where I was playing on my own, not live. So you don't have to believe me if you don't want to, I guess. But the deck was insane, genuinely insane. And I think it was sealed and I opened like a damn monster. And it got to the point where the only game I lost was a game where I had to walk away because someone came to the front door and I went out and was talking to them for a while. And by the time I came back, it had forced my concession because I was gone for too long. And then I proceeded to win every other game I actually played. So like the deck was just that good, but I still ended up losing that one game because I had to walk away from it. So yes, real life stuff did happen to me in that moment, but that person got the win for it. So, you know, go chirrupt. I don't know what that means, but okay. This hand feels bad. If we draw a blue, it's great, but if we don't, it's bad because we would need 2 more land to get to Nightwatch or Bargain to get us more card advantage. So if we had like another land that was one of these 2 colors in addition, I might keep this hand, but I can't. To hope for 1 blue is not good enough. Now we have technically all 3 colors, just not all at once. So this is better. I'm going to keep this. And I'm going to get rid of Severance, I think. Yeah, it's got to be Severance, right? I think so. But we start with the Falls, which means next turn we can play the Leopard, because this is part green. We can hope to draw a blue very soon. That would be great. That's not it, but that's okay. We actually do get to play a 3-drop now, guaranteed. And if we draw another land, we can play this as a 4-drop, which then will hopefully help us get to the blue if we haven't gotten there yet. Or the green, because blue is right here, obviously. But all right, 3rd land, combat, attack for 2. Cool. This has flash, so I guess we wait, end the turn. Might as well flash it in at the end of their turn, just in case. They play a 2/1 lifelinker that endures 1, so it's either a 3/2 or they make a 1/1. It is a 3/2 lifelinker. Nice. Pass to attackers. They attack with a flyer. We lose 1 because they have a creature with a counter on it. Nice. Pass to blockers. I can't block. Pass to damage. I take 1. And then we flash this in. Okay. Feral Deathgorger. Put a counter on up to 1 target creature and draw a card. It's not bad. It lets me draw a card, which could be a land that I might need. So let's do that. It's a sorcery, not an instant, so I might as well. I'll put it here. We drew the blue. Hell yes, game. Okay, combat. 3 vigilance. Because if they trade here, I'm happy. Great. Great. Love it. It gets rid of their engine for their bloodflies, and like I don't care that much about losing the leopard. So, look at their sleeves.
Yeah.
Liliana. Maelstrom of the... Yeah, I'll try that again. Of the Spirit Dragon. Good lord.
Oh, it's that knife game.
Yes. The knife game. What do they exile a card of my choice and put a counter on a thing? Oh, they got rid of my Awaken the Undead. That makes sense. But Caustic Exhale says, what up? Good draw. What a luck sack. Look at these top decks. What the fuck? I'll attack for 3 and pass. Ain't I a stinker? Oh my god, they just passed. Okay, well, I mean, I guess I have to try, right? They don't know what my last card is, so be a little afraid, maybe? Cool, they just take it all. Sick. That's fun. They don't take it all? They think about it? What does this card do again? I didn't get a chance to actually look at it. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast dragon spells. We're going to do this first. Counterspell? No, they don't have blue. They have mono black, actually. I could take another Night Watch and just chain it. Or I could Dragon's Prey. I guess I'd take the Night Watch, right? And then I play the land. I hold the land. I play the land. End the turn. Okay. Exile a creature from their graveyard to make a 1/1 spirit. Okay. Pass. Okay, so that's for 2 mana. Exile a creature card specifically from their graveyard. They have 1 more. Pass to attackers. They just pass their turn. Okay. We have the Gurmag Nightwatch, as we knew. Let's play it. Done. Chain the Nightwatches. Top 3. 1 back on top. Rest into our graveyard. Kintree Severance or chain into our next filter card. With Rakshasa's Bargain. That's actually kind of a tough choice. I think I'm going to take Severance, though. That's very funny. Combat. Swing with everybody. Now, they can make a second 1/1 and double block the 3/2. Instead, they block the one that lets me give something else lifelink now, which is awesome. Pay 2. Put it here. Why not? See if they have a removal spell or something, because if they do, I really don't care. I'll be able to get the Night Watch back later, possibly, and filter for more cards, so I'm fine with that also. They do get to exile another creature, make another 1/1, but they have no more creatures in their graveyard, right? Gurmag Rakshasa. When it enters, one of my creatures gets -2/-2, presumably the 3/2, and one of their creatures gets +2/+2. Why wouldn't you? Okay, sure, fine with me. I'm just going to exile that and move on with my life because you have a 1/1 and you're tapped out. So, attack for 6, gain 3, keep going, you know. Yep, you got it.
Godalope says the word of the day is Luxac. Ha ha ha.
The word of the day, kids, is Luxac.
Damn it.
Yeah, Amy. All right, I don't know what they have here, but I'm going to make them have it. 2/1 Flash Flyer. When it enters, return 1 non-land permanent they control. If it was a token, draw a card. Okay. They go to 1, and we play the Devotee. We're top decking, so we're just going to keep playing stuff out. If they have like a board wipe or something, we're in a little bit of trouble. But they're at 1, and we're at 26. We have learned 1, not 0. So that does not mean that we are out of the woods. They conceded.
Thank you, Go Chirrup.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. But there we go.
Did you read this one? I
No.
feel like you did.
This one?
You responded to it, I felt
No, I
like.
didn't.
Oh, okay. So Godalope says, Joe, I wasn't judging you. Had every right to be annoyed. I reflexively think that way as I've had to train my brain over the years to keep myself from downward spiral I used to be guilty of.
Yeah, no offense was taken, Godalope. I actually appreciate the perspective, truly.
Yeah.
Because I knew I was getting a little, like, heated. And, like, I gave my reasoning, right? So I appreciate that folks understand where I'm coming from, at least. Because that feels good, right? At least to have people be like, nah, I get it, Joe. Like, you're good. But, like, at the same time, like you said, it's like, hey, but also it could be this. And you're right, it could be. Maybe I'm just assuming the worst. Or maybe that is actually what happened. I don't honestly know. But that's what I was feeling in the moment. And like I said, I do appreciate the perspective. So, like I said, no offense taken whatsoever. Let's play this. And pass. Because basically now what we can do is play the Elder, like flash in the Elder, shrink their Wayfarer, block and kill it. Because I assume they're just going to attack here. Currently mono green. With a green land in hand, 2 green on the field. Interesting. Look at their sleeves.
Yeah, they're pretty.
I don't even know where this is from. Does anybody know where these are from? Okay, they played the green that we do know about. Sultai Monument. So they can look for a swamp, a forest, or an island. And then later, they can pay 5, sack it, and make 2/2/2 zombie druids. Cool. They got a blue. Okay, so they do have other colors besides green. Let's see if they attack. They do! Sick. Okay, well, we block and we kill. Awesome. Awaken the Honored Dead. Nice draw. 3 mana. This guy, I guess. Combat first. Attack for 1. Yeah, Humbling Elder. Get him. That is not what you're here for, but I will happily take it. Okay, Dragonstorm Globe. Good for mana fixing for them. That's a good card. 4 mana. This doesn't... Neither of these do anything pre-combat, so let's go to combat. Attack for 4. They take it all and go to 15. Let's play the Earth Carver and the Assistant. And we pass. Okay. We don't have any mana open to do this, but it would also be 2, so that's kind of a lot. But also, we want them to play something we can kill here, so... I assume they make a second creature. They did... Interesting. All right, so we can Oh, no, it's destroy. This is also destroy. That's fine. Let's... Interesting. Wow. Well, I guess we just play this and kill the 4/4 and move on with our lives. Because I'm not going to attack this turn now. They have a 3/3. No attacks. Pass. Nicely done. Okay, but yeah, I played this so we can get this going. Obviously, we need a creature in our graveyard, I guess, at some point. But that means I can more aggressively attack with the Attuned Hunter or block or something. In fact, yeah, block with the Lifelinker. Oh, they just have Baitor Kin to All in hand. Okay, well, we have Dragon's Prey. I mean, it'll cost 5 mana, but it's worth it. Piercing Exhale. Good, good. So we can get it back. The Attuned Hunter will get a counter. That's great. Okay. That's very helpful. Thank you. Awaken the Honored Dead mills Night Watch and Rainveil Rejuvenator and a land. I don't... Is Baitor ready to be cast? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, he is ready to be cast. So, the question is, I think I just pass. The question is, like, are they afraid of a counterspell now that they've shown me their dragon? If they are, oh, shit.
Their first dragon.
They have 2 tricolor mythic dragons in hand? Okay, this one lands. It's hexproof because of this. Because of this. What gives hexproof to them? Okay, they lose 2 life. Untapped dragons they control have hexproof thanks to the Dragonologist. Holy shit. Okay.
It's a lot.
Yes, it is. Let's cast Rakshasa's Bargain. Top 4, 2 into our hand, the rest into our graveyard. Means we could put good stuff in our graveyard to get back with this, actually. We could like strategically put a land in our hand and a good creature in our graveyard to then get it back with this. But I mean, if it's going to go to our hand anyway. Feral Deathgorger and Dragon Sniper. So maybe we take Deathgorger land? Which one do we need? Green? Yeah, green. Okay. Drew the blue. Nice. So we'll discard the blue to get back the sniper, actually, that we just put in there. Vigilance, Reach, Death Touch against their stupid, crazy-ass flyers. Get a +1/+1 counter on our Trampler. Yeah. Play the land. Play the sniper. I have 5 mana left. And I think I just keep up Dragon's Prey. So, no attacks. They did something, I thought. It looked like their deck shuffled. That was weird. What does this do? 8 mana, sack it, make a 4/4 that's all colors. It has flying, lifelink, and when it enters, it deals 3 damage to any target. Jesus. Piercing Exhale. And they lose 2 life or whatever. And I can't target it, but they did kill the Dragon Sniper. Okay. And gained 7? Right? Or no?
Shedding.
Okay, so basically, if they attack, we kill with Dragon's Prey. So they don't gain the life. They're looking through their graveyard, because there's Baitor with Delve. But they're going to lose a shit ton of life, which is good. They're at 14. Baitor resolves, annoyingly, but Baitor resolves. Now, attack with Taval. If they attack with Taval, we kill it with Dragon's Prey. If they don't... Okay, I mean, they lose more life. That's fun. They're at 11. Oh, but it deals damage. So they gain 8. Son of a bitch, man. But now they attack for 8, and so we actually get to kill here. That's super annoying. Okay.
Okay.
We drew the leopard. That's not good enough, is it? What can we stop here? This just gives it counters when it enters. This could get a 4/4, but they need Wooburg, which they definitely don't have. This would get them 2 2/2s. I don't as much care, although obviously our board looks like garbage right now. Flying Death Toucher. Exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. So I'm going to do that, because I can get rid of their Taval for good now. This one for sure. And then also this one. Go straight to hell. Not our opponent, just those 2 cards.
Yeah.
They're playing a good game. It's very scary, but I don't have any ill will towards them at all. Yeah. You just get real aggressive this time for no reason. All right, they played another dragon. But then they pass so that they can draw a card. We drew a land. A little annoying, but fine.
Godalope says LOL.
Yeah, that's fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could play this. Or we could destroy one of their things. But I don't see anything worth destroying this turn. So let's just play this. The cool thing is, I was going to say, oh, they could attack us for 4. And we wouldn't want to trade the Death Gorger. But it doesn't trade the Death Gorger. The Death Gorger is a 3/5. It would just kill the Saga Wildling. And we're empty-handed now, but Baitor dies if it attacks. Okay, they did get Wooburg because of the globe, I guess. 3 damage to any target, kills the crocodile, which means we get a 2/2. Thank you. And now the crocodile can put a +1/+1 counter on something. So now they untap all their things or whatever. That's fine too. Annoying, but fine. We can return 2 creatures from our graveyard to our hand. Dragon Sniper... Night Watch? I guess? For 3? Dragon Sniper would cost 1. Night Watch costs 3. So we could do that this turn. It's an instant, but obviously we wouldn't then be able to play the creatures. So let's get back Sniper. Night Watch. Play Sniper, since they have enough annoying flyers now. And Night Watch. Seems like a really badass turn to me.
Wow.
Okay, now notably, its ability says each non-dragon gets -X/-X. Just throwing that out there. Each non-dragon. So, just so we're all aware of how that works. No attacks. Moving on. Okay, now they have a million removal spells. They've played a million removal spells, I should say. They surveil 2, draw 2, lose 2. 2 land off the top on surveil. Good for you. Play a land. Okay. I'm just hoping they don't have any more, like, bite spells to get rid of our Death Touchers again. Embermouth Sentinel is fine. They go get a land and put it on top, or they may. They... Oh, but if they have a dragon, they put it on the battlefield. My bad. Okay, that's good. That's a good play. Okay. Annoying, but fine. The 5/5 attacks. Okay, you got it. It's got lifelink, so they gain 5 life here, but I'm absolutely blocking with the sniper. Let's go. Because again, the Feral Deathgorger sits here and blocks Baitor all day. And because they attack, they don't have 20 anymore. This 4/4 flyer, ward, discard a card, could get a +1/+1 counter and become a 5/5, so that it could block the 4/4 well. Because killing non-dragons is not my idea of a good time here. So let's pay 4. Play this. Ward, discard a card. They do have a million cards, so that's not the worst for them. But I will give it the counter. Okay. And then I think... Again, 2/2/2s I'm not concerned with for our opponent. So I think I'm going to get rid of their globe so that any other dragons that they play... I mean, I hope they've played them all, but any other dragons that they play won't come in with counters anymore. Pass. They have a 6/8 on the battlefield. I'm not attacking anymore. At least not for a nice long time. The only way that I would have played this Omen would be to get the 1/3 off the field so that I could target the other dragons. They make 3 1/1s. Then next turn, they have a 3/3 flying haste. But then they pass and draw a card. Exile a permanent with mana value 3 or greater. This has mana value 3, so I could do that. But that's not as helpful, to be honest. Distribute 3 counters among 1, 2, or 3 creatures, and then all their creatures gain trample and lifelink until end of turn. That's probably what they're banking on, because then they can win, seemingly. But I can't use this to target the dragons. I'd have to target the Dragonologist first, which I can't do. So what I might do is just use this to exile their enchantment. They were probably sitting on that until this went away. The whatever it's called. The leopard. The undergrowth leopard. That was probably one of the many cards in their hand that they were sitting on. Because they knew that I would destroy it immediately with the leopard. And instead, thankfully, I drew a card that could get rid of it anyway. They have another dragon in hand. And they used the 6/8 to kill my last Death Toucher that could block flyers, at least. I mean, and my last Death Toucher, end of sentence. We take 9 here. They attack with a 3/3 on the ground as well, which is fine. I'm going to block this way and this way. Take 9, gain 2, at least on board right now. Kill one of their dragons that they just let me do. They gain a life and draw a card, sure. And now I can give something lifelink. 2 damage to any target, so they kill my regent. And they gain 2, but the ward discard a card, but they have a million cards. One of which is a land? You were holding a hand land? That's my thing. And they untap all their creatures. Hey, look, a Death Toucher on the ground. We just lose, though, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're not dead on board. But there's, like, basically no way we win this. Could put a lifelink counter on something. The Night Watch sure does have 3. So, it'll be that one. No attacks. Okay. If they only attack in the air, obviously we don't gain any life, but we're not on board dead yet. So, there's that. They are at 32 as well. I can point that out. We're at 5. Don't know why they kept their Shrinekeeper back. Oh, they have 4 cards left in their library. That's why. They don't want to draw cards anymore off of that. And, of course, we tap deck to land. It kind of didn't matter. I don't know that there's a card left in our deck that saves us here. The only thing I could think of... No, because it's still non-dragons, so never mind. No. Because even, like, getting this back with Auroral Procession or something, it only kills non-dragons. And the issue is we don't have things to stop flyers. So, They have 3 cards left in their library. If they drew on their last turn, they would have 2. But that's why they didn't attack with this, because that would have forced them to draw a card.
Thank you, Cool 128.
I mean, if that's our first loss against 2 mythic dragons and a rare that buffs the dragons and cards that help keep the dragons untapped, like...
I feel pretty good about it.
Same.
Yeah.
Same. It's It's like, if I'm going to lose, I guess that's how I should lose, right?
Right. Exactly.
Jesus.
Look at how beautiful this freaking art is, guys.
I know you love this little dragon up here, too.
Yeah. It's a cutie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
But yeah, look at that water.
Mm-hmm.
Stunning.
Yeah, we're not really blocking it.
Very well done.
Yeah.
I don't as much love the textures of some of the plants over here. I feel like they're a little too messy.
Okay.
But they really, really took the time with that water, and it shows.
Ooh, this is a great hand. We have the Sultai Devotee to help us filter for the blue that we don't have yet, but we also don't have anything in our hand for it yet. So that's fantastic. And that's 2. And then on 3, we could play this with Flash. We have 2 and 2. Amazing. What a great hand. Okay. Jungle Hollow. Let's go. We're playing Oxidize the Virtuous with, as Marcus will attest, very good taste in sleeves.
Yes. Agreed.
Right? Let's play the Devotee. Why not? We did draw the Regent, which we could play on curve if we draw any other land. They have their own Sultai Devotee. We have Auroral Procession, though, which is kind of funny. Do I take them off of their third color? Like, we are not on our third color? No, I think we just play this. 2-1 lifelinker, no attacks, and pass. And then if they attack, we happily block with the Alchemist, and if they the Assistant. And if they don't attack, we happily attack with the Assistant next turn, as long as they don't play something that like just eats this, right? Dragon Brood's Relic. Okay. Tap an untapped creature to add 1 mana. Okay, we drew the blue. That's awesome. 4th land means we could just play the flyer, like. And I kind of don't know why we wouldn't. Let's attack for 2 first. See what they do. I assume they just take it. Perfect. And then we might as well play a Flying Dragon. Let's do it. Again, the board wipe is nice. But getting a 4/4 Dragon out on turn 4 feels very good. Especially with Ward discard a card. Meaning it'll be a lot harder to kill. Okay. 4/2 Trample is fine. Because now we just keep the Assistant back, basically, and block that thing as soon as we have to, and then give our flyer lifelink. Oh, they're tapping the champion to add mana. Okay.
Did I miss Godalope saying LOL?
No, you said it. You read it.
Oh, okay.
5th land. That's a flash creature, so I'll hold on that. I mean, I guess I go like this.
Godalope says, woot woot, dragon time,
That's
dragon
right.
time, woohoo, dragon time, LOL.
Very nice. I attack for 4 in the air. Cool. Basically, if and when they kill anything, we can play Auroral Procession to get it back. And by anything, I mean the Regent. And the nice thing is this brings it back to our hand. So if we wanted to bring it back to our hand and then board wipe, we could. But also we could just, at the end of their turn, Undergrowth Leopard, I suppose. To get rid of this relic. Which is kind of annoying, but they're trying to figure out which of their creatures to tap to make mana with. And it looks like they're considering the token, but it's taking them a while. There we go. When it enters or dies, put a counter on a creature. Okay. So they're going to make that thing? Sure. That's actually great because I can flash this in without an issue.
Awesome.
And I have the mana. Oh, I don't have the mana after that. Oh, they put another counter on it. Okay. It's a 6/4 trample. So I would have to flash in and then double block. But that's fine. I will do that, by the way, if that is unclear. I'll flash this in and then block with this and the Assistant. They have 1 mana open. So double block. Gain 2. Take 3. So lose 1, go to 22. And I can put a lifelink counter on my 4/4 flyer. We drew the Rejuvenator. which we can't cast, but that's fine. Put a lifelink counter here for 2. I'm more than happy to do that. Then, I guess, tap the green. Or actually, hold on. Undo that. Combat. Swing with both. See if they're willing to trade. I assume they want to like trade their merchants so they can get a counter on something, but they don't know what I have. Yeah, they'll take it. Okay. Nope, they don't. They do. Okay. Well, I'm just going to pay a green and destroy this thing. I don't want it anymore. And by I don't want it, I mean I don't want to see it anymore, basically. Sure. But they go to 11, we go to 26, and we'll pass. Auroral Procession can chill here. I don't really need to get either of these back, so at least not yet. If they play a busted enchantment or artifact, then maybe I'd consider it. But 6 mana. They can filter for blue if they need. Whale of War to shrink -1/-1 on my team. That's fine. The Sultai Devotee was not like my linchpin or anything to this deck or this strategy. They have 1 card left in their hand, unknown. And they can put, 1 counter and trample? Yeah, okay. So they can make, at most, a 3/3 trampler right now, which I don't care about. I'm gaining 4 life a turn. So even if they attack me for 6, I go to 20. And then I hit them for 4. So let's see what they do. But they can't block flying, so they might as well. Yeah, that makes sense. We go to 20.
All right.
Take our turn. Drew Kin Tree Severance, which is, again, a very good card. Attack for 4. This is an instant, so now we just sit here and pass. They've got to get an answer to Scavenger Regent. They've got to discard a card to answer Scavenger Regent, which means only now can they do it, because they now have 2 cards in hand. And we have Auroral Procession to get it back if we need to. So, they attack for 6. We go to 18. We're losing 2 life a turn, basically, as they lose 4.
Okay, that's good math.
I agree. Play this. Now we have 4 and 2, but we can't keep up Severance that way. But that's probably still worth it. Swing for 4. They go to 3. And then I'll play this. I don't need to mill, but we do have Auroral Procession, so maybe I mill 3. Bargain. Ooh, I could get this guy back. Yeah, we have 6 mana. Sure. So that could be at the end of the turn. I can Auroral Procession to get this guy back. A 4/4 Reacher. Vigilance, Reach, Death Touch, A. Do I have any way of killing that in my graveyard right now? I don't. Interesting. Okay. Oh, wait. No, it's 1 mana. So I can't use this either. Good play by our opponent.
Wow.
The only thing I can do is Auroral Procession for the bargain to try to kill them, basically. I'm going to try it. I want to play to my outs, and I want to win this turn if possible. So I'm going to take this. Okay, that's not it. Good, good. We play this. Auto pay. We only have green left. Oh, Humbling Elder. We only have green left. And the Sultai guy's gone, right? But that's fine. We keep the Humbling Elder and the Adorned Crocodile, and the lands can go to the graveyard. And now we just wait a turn. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could do that. We don't need to, but that's very funny. Basically, if they play something big, we can do that later. But no attacks? Do I attack with the Rejuvenator? No attacks. End the turn. Don't need to. We have Humbling Elder here to wait for next turn. They gain a life. Very nice. They're at 4. But that means our Regent is still lethal. Pass to attackers. And they have 6 mana open. They do pass. So the interesting thing is, if they had used this to give it +1/+1 and trample, we might have been in a little bit of trouble. A little bit. But not a lot. So combat now. Swing for 4. Make them block. Now, obviously the thing is, if they have, like, the They don't. Your Death Toucher's dead. I gain 4 life. I'll play the Adorned Crocodile and pass. Okay, cool. Let's see what other answers they have to the Regent.
Okay.
Because if it's a big dragon, it dies to Kintree Severance. It's a big dragon.
All right.
And I say dies. It gets exiled with Kintree Severance. They give it a +1/+1 counter and a trample counter, and then +1. Yeah, exactly. They wasted that. I mean, obviously they don't know that, right? But they put that on it, and now they can give something else +1/+0 until end of turn. It's the 3/2, and if they attack for 3, I sure do go to 23. If they attack for 7, I sure do go to 19. Instead, they don't do that at all. I just do this, pay 4, kill this, and win.
All right.
Might as well play this just in case for dailies, and we win.
Thank you, Oxidized the Virtuous. That was good. That was good.
Yeah, that was an interesting game for sure. Okay, Volatile Fault. Do I know this card? Add a colorless for tap. 1 tap, sack this land, destroy a non-basic land they control, and then they can search for a basic, put it onto the battlefield and shuffle, and then we make a treasure. Interesting. Cool card.
A Volatile Fault, huh?
Mm-hmm. Like a fault line, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I figured it meant. But,
yeah, I guess.
You know, I just felt like it described me fairly well.
Volatile to a fault. I am Kino Eye. I don't know what that means. This hand is very interesting.
Godolope says, good game, ha ha ha.
Thank you. Well, so he said good game about the game, but he said ha 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 to what you said about the fact that you were the volatile fault.
Oh. Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah.
Well,
now this combo...
Is it funny?
This combo is great. Right here. Love it.
Good.
Kishless Skimmer and Auroral Procession, very, very nice. So basically no attacks. I'll block this Earth Carver if it really wants to get squirrely about it. Is this half cat, half? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Warden of the Grove? Oh, shit. That's very bad. Oh, God. Okay, Kintree Severance. This costs 3. Next turn, we're good. That is scary. Holy crap. Okay, well... Next turn, we get rid of the Warden of the Grove. But Warden of the Grove is very scary. Whenever another non-token creature they control enters, it endures X. Do I block here? Yes, I absolutely block here. Absolutely block here. What a cool... What? Not even a question. Goodbye. But anyway, that creature endures X, where X is the number of counters on it. But now they just put another counter on it. End their turn. Do we Auroral Procession for that? And draw a card? No, it's during our turn. So no, we do not. Land. Severance... 4, activate, exile, because that is an incredible card, and then swing for 2. Pass. Okay. Technically, with these 2 land, we have 6, which means we can play this in 2 turns, which is great, because that's a very good card. The other thing is, it endures 3, so it could become a 7/7, but, like, there's removal. So, like, I'm not going to just... put all my eggs in that basket, like pay 6 mana, play a 7/7, and then they just pay 3, kill it, and like move on with their life. And it's like, oh, I guess I just wasted that, huh? So.
Yeah, I mean, carrying around so many eggs in one basket, you do tend to drop it and
right?
break some of them.
Yeah, it's messed up.
So, you know, just eat them.
Yeah. All right, so Auroral Procession, the fun thing is we could return it. We could return the Kintree Severance now. Sure. Why not? We also draw a card when we do that. So let's do that. Draw a card.
Hell yes.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
What a draw.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, well, seems okay.
A little bit.
Now, if they play something like scarier, I will Awaken the Honored Dead at the scary thing, or I could do this, but like they know I have this now, so Herd Heirloom is a good card, by the way. I like this card a lot. Like, a lot. Oh, that's scary. Why would you play that? Okay, cool. 6th land. This is 3. I would like this to be exiled, please, so that it can't renew.
That is scary.
Right?
Look at it.
I'd rather not.
That's something even me and Jayanna would be afraid of.
So I know I don't win this race, but we have 7 power and toughness next turn, so I think we're okay. And if we have to kill something instead, then we kill something instead. That's just how it goes. Take 4. No big deal. That is not a thing I have to kill. Although, notably, more difficult to play this. Scavenger Regent, eh? I've heard of this card before. Let's go to combat and attack for 2. But this time, we'll actually have blockers as backup. Perfect. They're at 10.
Sounds familiar, LOL.
Yeah, I've heard of it once or twice.
Yeah, just in passing.
All right, so are they reading it? Are they debating what to do against it? Let's fully read what this does. Until end of turn, one of their creatures with power 4 or greater gains trample and says whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, they draw a card. Or they can tap it for mana only to cast a creature spell. This is a very good card. But also, it's a very fair card, right? Like, some of the other rares and mythics that we've seen tonight, not fair. That's a fair card, and it's very good. I like it a lot. All right, endures 3. I'm going to make a spirit, not a 7/7. Do you like this guy? The elephant?
Yeah, it's fine.
He's fine? All right. I thought you'd like his art or whatever. Because he's an
really.
elephant druid. It's like, that's like your whole thing.
I mean, yeah, it sounds cool, but I just don't love the art.
By the way, see? They exiled my elephant. If I had made it a 7/7, they would have paid 3 mana and moved on with their life, like I said. All right, good. We're both at 10. We're back to it being an even race. Undergrowth Leopard.
Even more even at that point.
Well, let's go to combat. So the thing is, I could just wipe the board, but like, does that make sense? I don't think that makes sense. Let's go to combat and swing for 5, actually. We have 8 mana, so we could play the Regent and the Leopard this turn, which would be kind of cool. And we could kill the Heirloom, since that's a very good card. But we could also wait on that. Like, we have the mana open. So, like, if and when they tried to play a 4-powered creature, especially if, like, it had haste or something, we would just then kill it in response to the creature before it hits the battlefield. So, we've got options. But basically what I would like to do is attack with both of my creatures here, because if they double block, I just kill the Leopard, and then I can play this without fear. On a future turn, by the way. I don't need to do it this turn. But, like, yeah, if they double block and kill this token, congrats. Like, I get to get your Leopard so that I can play my enchantment later. They do that. Perfect.
Awesome.
That's exactly what I wanted to see. Love it. Okay, well, for now, like I said, Regent. And with 2 cards in their hand, that's helpful. And this, and like I said, I can keep up the mana if and when I need to get rid of this Heirloom, or if they play a scarier enchantment or something.
Sure.
Yeah. So, they play Champion of Dusan. Not a bad card. Not too scary to me, though. I'm winning in the air, so.
Well, that guy's definitely going to be on a train, so.
The Train to Busan. That's right. What a cool movie that was. God damn. Ooh. They exiled my creature. Or are trying to. They have to discard a card, which would be their last card in their hand. And they do. And they had to discard a creature to do it, which was the... Or exile a creature to do it, right? Which was the... No? Sack a creature. Oh, it was the token. Silly me. Okay, it gets exiled. You got it. Congrats.
Godolope says, you're playing right into my hands. Mwahaha.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
This is actually Godolope.
No, they played into our hands. They did, like, we were just like, oh, I hope they do this. And then they did exactly what we wanted them to.
Yeah.
Just great. Okay, well, we could awaken the Honored Dead on the champion, but that seems a little silly. Because then they would just be able to put a +1/+1 counter and trample on their menace creature, which we're not really blocking right now. Again, I don't know if they're, like, glitching out here a bunch or what's going on, but they may just be debating whether to attack or not. I would attack here. What'd you say? Oh, you hurt yourself?
There was a loud noise and it was my leg.
I heard it. All right, so we're passing to attackers. They are attacking for 2. Now we're both at 8.
That really hurt.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry. But I would love to see a cool top deck here, Okay. You know what? It's not amazing, but it's not bad. Not bad at all.
Goodalope says, I've already got my obsession with 3D modeling and printing. Initiating that old MTG addiction would be bad. Ha ha ha. Would it? I mean...
Look, I am always the person that's like, hey, if you want to play Magic, play Magic. But I'm also the person that's like, if you don't want to play Magic, don't play Magic. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have the money, don't do it. It's not, it's not worth it in that regard. Like, Magic's a great game. It's a lot of fun. The community aspect is amazing. But if you don't have the money for it, come watch us, right?
You don't have the money for it either.
No, but exactly what Godalope just said.
Yeah, he says, I play vicariously through you.
Exactly right. So basically, I'm just going to double block here. They get to kill my 3/3 if they really want. But, you have 1 card in hand. And I'm going to... Yeah, I've got a lot of options here, so... Okay. They didn't kill my 3/3. They killed the 2/2, so I wouldn't stop the Herd Heirloom. And now they play for 5 mana or less. Gurmag Nightwatch. Not bad. Not bad at all. Good for you. We know that card's good. We have 2 of them.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we cut a third, or do we have a third in that? Oh my god.
What happened?
They looked at the top 3 and saw Jungle Hollow, Swamp. Now, we just drew Whale of War and milled Gurmag Nightwatch, Feral Deathgorger.
Oh my lord.
What the shit is that?
What the fuck?
All right, well, actually, this is going to be amazing. We're going to return up to 2 target creatures from our graveyard to our hand. I'm going to choose the Deathgorger and the Nightwatch. I think that's right. Now, 2 triggers. This gets a counter and becomes a 4/4, and we draw a card. Do we have 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do not, but they conceded.
Thank you. I am Kino Eye.
Amazing. And we rank up to Silver Tier 1. Notably, they had what? Where was he? Champion to Dusan, +1/+1 counter and a trample counter. So this would get 4 power and be a trampler. But basically, this turn I would attack for 6. They'd have to block, otherwise they'd die. So this would die. They were top decking, so that's why they conceded. They technically weren't dead, but they would have gone to 3. And basically I would have played the Nightwatch. And I guess if I had put a counter on this, that'd be 5. So then they would have taken 4 and gone to 2. Still wouldn't have been really worth it. But I wouldn't have played this. I would have played the Nightwatch and the Earth Carver. And then I would have been able to discard a card and get a creature or a land back from my graveyard, which would have given this another counter and drawn me another card next turn.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty great. But instead, I will leave the match.
Let's keep playing. I know it's starting to get late, but we're on a winning streak.
Well, don't you worry. We're playing. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, let's see what we can do. But yeah, you read this already? Mm-hmm. I like that, Godalope, that you and other folks get to play vicariously through us. That's the goal, right? When I open all that product for the store, I always say that, come live vicariously through me, through them. That store, by the way, Champion Card Collector in Poughkeepsie, New York. They're great.
Yeah.
I may be like summoning Greg by talking about them, but we'll see.
Godalope says, "How is ready to trample through the night?"
So,
Joe
Joe
is ready to trample through the night.
I really am, yeah. If I have to, I'm going to do it.
I feel like that's the name of a band. Trample through the night.
Trample through the night. Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
An emo band. Godalope says, "LOL, Beetle Greg."
That's right. That's right.
Marcus says, "I've just taken to printing proxies. Watsy can screw."
Not for nothing, Marcus. You are the second person in a week that I have heard say that.
Wow.
The guy who cuts my hair said that.
Oh, really?
He literally said, "I bought a printer and I just proxy everything now."
Wow.
And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna argue with anybody on that. Bruno Garrido, because I know for a fact that we only have so much money ourselves.
Right.
Okay. Interesting that we can't. First of all, I was about to curse, but second of all, we can't play the devotee, even though that's what we need to be able to filter to get the green that we would need to play the devotee or the auroral procession. Are we going to get a green anytime soon, though? Any creature that we get on the battlefield, we can put a counter on and draw a card. But we don't have a way to get a creature on the battlefield right now. Because we need green for this. This costs 5, and this costs 2, but we have to target a creature. Oh, it says up to 1, and then we draw a card. Keeping it.
All right.
Up to 1 means we can target nothing and just pay 2 mana to draw a card if we really have to. If by turn 2, with us on the draw, we haven't drawn a land, or a green, then we will just draw a card for 2 mana.
Godalope agrees that it was a great band name.
Yeah.
And Marcus says, "Making my own art for cards is free advertising."
You're damn right it is.
Sure
yeah.
is.
Yeah. That's really cool. And I mean, I've always thought that that those looked really cool.
Yeah. For sure.
I don't just mean Marcus's, but I also mean Marcus's. But just like people
We
that
mainly mean Marcus's.
If you missed the beginning of the stream, or any of the streams, by the way, you can see some of Marcus's artwork as well as his Instagram handle, and you should go check it out.
Yes.
I haven't said that in a long time, and I do apologize for that.
Yeah.
It has been there. I just haven't
Yes.
vocally mentioned it. So folks should go check it out. Marcus is great. Okay, well, notably, I drew a creature that I could play on curve that turn, which means that now I can put a counter on something and draw a card.
Cool.
They played their Frontier Bivouac, which is their Teamer Tri-land, and they played a dual land the turn before, but it means they're playing Slow Teamer, which is, still a very good deck. So, that's great. Teamer Tawny back. Look at that. See? Good card.
Marcus responds with the yellow hearts.
You're welcome. We drew the green. I'm probably just gonna...
I appreciate you putting it there.
I appreciate you making the fan art for us. It was really sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, if they don't block here, we can Kintree Severance it next turn. But basically, we hit them for 3, we gain 3, so that even if we take 4, it means we just go back to 20. And then we can Kintree Severance it if we really want to, but I would probably just eventually play the Crocodile or the Devotee or something. All right, they kill it anyway, but that's fine. Like I said, the Devotee... When did the Champion of Dusan die? Did they have to discard a card for some reason? I must have missed it, but that's fine. Let's do this. Let's play now the Devotee and the Earth Carver, because next turn we can play the Crocodile, and this turn we have a Death Toucher for the Tawny back. So if they really want to trample over to us for 4, they can absolutely do that, but I'll kill the Tawny back in response. Happily. But yeah, what put this guy in their graveyard? I must have missed something. Oh, right. Draw, then discard. Silly me. I'm an idiot. Sorry. The Tawny back did it. To help itself. Mammoth Bellow makes a 5/5. God damn. Okay, well, we have some options. Let's play the land. We could play the Crocodile, It's got 5 power, and we want it to die, or it wants to die. So maybe we just do that. We have 2 removal spells in hand. We have 2 deadly creatures for both of theirs on our field right now. And yeah, like I said, we have 2 removal spells and a way to get any of that stuff back. Either the 2 creatures that would trade with theirs, or either of these removal spells. So.
Godalope says, I cut out, ... What's your IG, Professor?
Yeah, Marcus. I don't know if the ats work, but if you just type your Instagram handle in, it should be fine. It shouldn't, as long as it's not an actual link, you should be able to do it.
What does I cut out mean?
Like the feed cutout.
Oh.
Like in case we said it out loud. Which technically I did not, but still, it's a way to make sure that Godalope hears what Marcus's Instagram handle is.
Gotcha.
Alright, so if I play this, does that make sense? I could exile something. But, like, that doesn't matter for the thing. Guess I'm just going to target one of the 5/5s.
He says Spectrum stunk and lost connection, LOL. Spectrum always stinks and loses connection. That's why
Agreed.
we have Verizon.
Yes. Yep.
Thank God.
Yeah, the fact that we can get Fios here is massive. And, like, is one of the few things that I'm not looking forward to for when we move.
Yeah.
Is that, like, presumably wherever we move is not going to be able to have Fios because we won't be in a populated enough area because the phone companies have a monopoly. That's just how it works, and we have to deal with that, unfortunately. A 4/4 Reacher with a 3/3, I assume, as opposed to a 7/7.
Marcus says, won't let me tear. Is that a tear face or is that like a sweating face? Well, either way, it's a sad face with moisture on it.
So they're still not attacking. Marcus, when I'm not in the middle of this game, I will look up the picture so that I can give the proper context for it. Just give me one moment to finish this game, since this is our last one of the night. I think I'm just going to take my turn here. We drew another land. Okay, we mill 3. Kishless Skimmer, our own Earth Carver, and Dragon's Prey. So if I play this land... Oh, damn. Well, I guess I might as well do this. Pay 4... and get rid of this guy. If I auto pay, it does that, which leaves me with 1 of each. No, it doesn't. It doesn't leave me with green, but I need the green. But I can filter with Devotee, so we're good. Okay. We're fine. Combat. No attacks. End the turn?
Godalope says, have you heard of these Labubu dolls things? Apparently out in California, they're becoming viral. So my buddy out there commissioned a few accessories that have been fun projects, but they're ugly. The dolls are ugly or the accessories are ugly?
Holy shit.
I have to imagine you mean the dolls.
What a play by our opponent. Wow. Okay. Wow. That was very good for them. Okay. Teamer Devotee is more than fine. Oh, and the... Shit. Okay. Take our turn. Drew a land. We've drawn so many swamps. But now we can discard a swamp to get a creature back. Which one? They have a 5/4, a 4/3, a 5/5, a 3/3, and a 3/3. Which seems insane. I was going to get the Skimmer back, but now I think I need to get back the Earth Carver instead.
He says, made a BB-8 shell and almost done with R2.
Hell yeah.
Death Star is next.
Nice. Very nice. I guess I put the counter on the Earth Carver? No, that doesn't make as much sense, huh? I think I make this into a 4/4 as well. No attacks and pass. Because basically, like, the biggest threat is the 5/5 or the 5/4 Trampler. But the 5/4 Trampler now can die to the token. That's fine unless you really have a dragon as the last card in your hand. 6 mana available to them. They did draw 3 cards, so... But yeah, basically, I guess they're thinking out attacks now. The 5/4 die during their turn. Spells they cast cost 1 less to eat for each creature they control with power 4 or greater. Okay, annoying but fine. Annoying but fine. Auroral Procession is here. I can get back any card in my graveyard. Dragon's Prey, Awaken the Honored Dead is probably the best choice. So let's play it now. For 5, I could get it back. Or, yeah, no, we do this now. Get back Awaken the Honored Dead. I can't filter, so we actually can't play it. But we can play the Night Watch for 4 with green. Okay. And let me see if I can get what I need. Thornwood Falls, a second Awaken the Honored Dead. Okay. This goes back on top. Okay. No attacks. They're top decking, so if they get something that they can massively discount with the Battle Crier, congrats, I guess. They can... Everything costs 4 less for them. But they could just draw a land. Instead, they drew a 2-drop. That's a 1/1. And they milled land, Serpent, Meticulous Artisan. Good for us. We drew the second Awaken the Honored Dead. Let's play the first one. Getting rid of the token. Let's pass. I guess I could give something lifelink, but we're going to wait. Next turn, we know we have a second one. They're not legendary, so we can absolutely just play out the second one, kill their 5/4, and just be in a much better position. They just passed their whole turn. Insane. Drew Whale of War as well.
Wow.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's amazing. Okay. Play the second one. Awaken the Honored Dead. Kill the 5/4. Thank you. They said nice. Thank you. And then I think I'm going to pass again for now. End of the turn. I'd love to draw a land. Okay, they gain a life. You got it. They said nice again. Okay. That could be them being salty that they drew a land, but
right.
That could be actual nice, like they drew something good, but I doubt it. I will take, just from their context, not from because I don't believe that they could. I'll take my turn. Drew Rakshasa's Bargain, which is actually interesting, but I want this, so I'm going to discard this. And return Kishless Skimmer to my hand. I'm going to mill 3 more. I am at 11 cards in my library, notably, but I'm going to play the Skimmer. I'm going to play the Whale of War and return 2 creatures. The Scavenger Regent and the Attuned Hunter. Sure, that makes sense. Draw a card. It's the Unrooted Ancestor. And then I will, I guess, since they don't have a way of stopping it, I'll put lifelink on the flyer. And then I guess I could have waited and done that next turn, but that's fine. No attacks this turn. Basically, I can shrink some things down and have some fun if I really want. Temur Tawny back. Draw, then discard. Nice. So basically what I can do this turn, in this coming turn, is just swing out, make them make bad decisions, and then just wipe the board.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But also, I can... If they attack this turn, I can block aggressively. Yes. No. Damn it. Okay. All right. This is fine. Discard a card to return a creature or land. So if I discard this, I will draw a card with Kishless Skimmer as well. But I'll return a creature or a land. Let's return the Night Watch, I guess.
I was going to say, didn't you say you wanted lands? But now
No,
you don't
anymore.
need them.
Yeah.
That was before.
Deathgorger's fun here. Let's go to combat and swing out. They have 1 card in hand. But I literally need to give -3/-3 to wipe their board. Which means 2 of my creatures will live in the process. If they don't die here. But if they do, I don't care. Like, we're going to get in for some damage, I imagine. But even if we don't, honestly, if we don't and they just like trade across and every, a bunch of things die and I don't care about what's left on their side, then that's fine with me. They have one, like I said, one card in hand, which could get us here, but I doubt it. That's a trade. They can't block the skimmer. So the skimmer gets in regardless, and we gain 2 and go to 12. They're at 19. Those are the only blocks. So they take 6. And so one of my 2 creatures dies, but... Like, one of my 2 creatures that would have lived dies. But if I give everything -3/-3... that would leave me with green, blue, or black, so I could play the Leopard or the Death Gorger. Wipe the board. Play Leopard here? Yeah, Leopard.
Greg's here saying yes. I assume because he made it. He says, Joe and Amy time. Made it.
You're right, Greg. What is up? Happy Magic Monday.
Yes.
We were just talking about you and your amazing store down in Poughkeepsie, New York. Champion card collector.
He says, for sure. Whammy. Smile face.
All right. So, I don't know if you saw it, Greg, right as you came in, but we just wiped the board with our rare dragon with Omen. They play a 2/1. They could go get a land and put it on top, but they don't, which makes sense. And they pass. I guess...
Godalope says, Beetle Greg, proven. Ha ha ha.
That's right. I mentioned that I would be summoning you by talking about you, and here you are. Okay, so I could only play this. Exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. That seems okay. They don't have any harmonized cards, but still. 2 cards from a single graveyard. The Battle Crier, I guess, is their best creature. And then, like, one of the Tawny backs, I suppose. Sure. They have a million of them. Play the land. Go to combat. Swing with both. I assume they just block the 2/2. And then I don't let their creature die. I know, but, like... I get rid of their stupid globe for any other dragons that they might have. Now they don't enter with counters since I just played my dragon, my second dragon.
Greg says, LOL, nice. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Dragonclaw Strike to trade with my token.
Wow.
Okay, you got it. We have 7 cards left in our library.
It seems like they're pretty desperate, so...
Yes. Let's play this. Let's play this. We still have the blue for the Elder. And let's go like that. Playing Night Watch. Look at the top 3. I mean, I wonder which one we're going to put back on top and which 2 we're going to put in the graveyard. Combat, swing for 3 in the air. They go to 6. We have lethal on board. And...
So Greg says, so were you talking about all the great upcoming content? Because, man, am I looking forward to those videos.
Technically, I wasn't, but you're totally right. There is going to be some amazing upcoming content for Final Fantasy. Ooh, Ward 2, eh? Okay, that's fun. Take my turn. Dragon Sniper, eh? Now, this is only -2/-0. But actually, that means that it can't kill anything it blocks. So that's phenomenal. Let's play the Dragon Sniper.
Okay.
Let's swing in. They go to 1 here. But I don't know how they block. I assume they block one of the ground creatures, thinking that that saves them. But it doesn't. Well, actually, it does, but our creature doesn't die. Thanks. So I will pay the 2, because it's 2. Who gives a damn? We don't have anything else going on. But our creature lives, and they go to 1.
Okay.
We're at 12. They're at 1. They just drew 1 card. And we have 5 creatures. Piercing Exhale doesn't even kill our Death Toucher. They were just doing what they drew.
Right.
And now we block, and they don't even continue. Okay.
Thank you, Bruno Garrido.
Guess what? This set that has been genuinely, I mean, last week was Alchemy and the week before was Alchemy, but non-Alchemy, this set has been wrecking my face.
Yeah.
And yet,
straight up,
for the first time in a long time, we not only have 7 wins, but we don't have 2 losses.
Right.
We have 1 loss with a 7-win deck.
Yeah. If C. Holland is still here, he'd be freaking out. C. Holland, where are you? Come back.
Live or Die is the card that we get. And
Cool.
some experience.
And that's an awesome art, too.
Yeah, this is really good.
Damn.
From Duskmorn, which is an incredible set with great art. So
Yeah. Greg says, hashtag Joe and Amy. Let's go.
No, hashtag.
Go, Joe and Amy. And then Godolope says, amazing. And then Marcus has 5 hand claps.
Thank you all. That's awesome. Thank you. You guys are great. Here is our deck, by the way. The rares in the deck specifically, 2 Awaken the Honored Dead, which is not nothing. Card's insane.
Yeah.
1 Scavenger Regent, also an incredible card. Really, really good. Was that it for rares? Yeah, we had solid uncommons, though. Feral Deathgorger is actually a common, so silly me.
But great.
Rainveil Rejuvenator, uncommon. We had 2 Gurmag Night Watches, and we put the 3rd away, by the way. Attuned Hunter is a great uncommon. Kishla Skimmer, a great uncommon. Auroral Procession, a great uncommon. Rakshasa's Bargain, you know what, we didn't use it as much, but it was very good. Kintree Severance, totally worth it for 4 mana. Totally worth it.
Very.
Whale of War worked out beautifully.
So good.
We stopped the Zergo deck with this by killing all their 1/1s.
I even thought the Sniper did pretty well.
Sniper's an incredible card and an uncommon, as is Alchemist's Assistant. And the Unrooted Ancestor, you know what? You didn't do as much. In fact, I don't think we activated your Sack a Creature ability once, nor did we activate the Sack a Creature ability on this guy either. But yeah, I mean, this deck was
But it's nice to only be able to say that about like 2 of our cards.
Yeah.
Ghetto TCG is here saying, what's your favorite cons?
Ooh, that's a tough question. If it's me personally, I don't know. That's a good one. Because I'm Azorius at heart, but I have to say that Sultai is a really good 3-color combo. So I think as a clan, I really like Sultai a lot, which is this, the black, green, blue. Despite the fact that it only shares 1 color with Azorius, but that's just me as a person, not necessarily, as much as a player.
Right.
I need, I don't know. I'm big into removal, and we had a fair bit of it in this one.
Yeah. And do you mean from a gameplay aspect, or do you mean from a story aspect? Because I feel like those would be different answers. But it's been a long time since we've read the story for Cons of Tarkir, because that was the first ever story that we read.
Yeah.
But it was great, and that's what made us get into stories, and that's why we're kind of Orthos over here. So.
For sure.
Greg says a ton of sweet uncommons for sure.
Yeah, it worked out very well that the second Awaken the Honored Dead, the first one was pack 1, pick 1, and the second one was pack 2, pick 3, because we were really playing to our seat. We did very well, and in terms of what we opened and stuff, it was just really, and what we got past. So really, really nice.
Ghetto TCG says Dragon Sniper is so freaking good.
Agreed. We technically didn't have a lot of the cards that made it, that would have made it even better.
Right.
Like the bite spells, right? Like the green exhale, which would be this deals damage equal to its power to something, and because it's a sniper and it's got death touch, it just kills it. We didn't have that. We didn't use that once. Our opponents used that against us a few times, which was good for them, but except for the one game that we lost, it didn't affect us that badly. So that was nice.
Ghetto TCG said Sultai is amazing too.
Yeah.
Both, LOL.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vorthos and from a gameplay perspective, sure.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, as far as story is concerned, it's been a long time since we've read it, unfortunately.
For story, I think I would say I like the Abzan story a lot. Right?
Okay.
The idea of, like, using the scales of the dragon to, like, make armor and, like, protect yourselves and stuff.
Kind of cool.
Yeah.
I just don't really remember, like, the specific cons.
Sure.
I just remember that reading Cons of Tarkir was the story that made us want to read the stories for Magic the Gathering and do videos about it.
Right. Because you're talking about the aspect where it was Khans of Tarkir into Fate Reforged into Dragons of Tarkir with, like, the, like, time travel element of it, and Ugin and Sarkin and, going back and stuff like that.
Yeah, I liked that because it was like those old games where it's like choose your own ending.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's like Khans of Tarkir when the humans were in charge, or
Right.
Dragons of Tarkir where the dragons were in charge.
Yeah, so I liked that aspect of it.
That's very cool.
And I just liked the culture of Tarkir.
Sure.
It seemed cool to me.
Yeah.
Ghetto TCG says, "Hell yeah, brother! LOL. Reminds me of Ronin Warriors."
Right, with the armor and stuff, the Abzan stuff.
Okay. As a week, this is my set.
Awesome. Yeah, I like this set a lot. It's fun. Weeb. I was like, I feel like that's supposed to say weeb, but there was like a moment where I was like, would that be rude if that's not what you meant? To just be like, you meant weeb, right? So okay, good.
I was like waiting for a little bit of an explanation there, but there are many times where I don't get that because there's a lot of things that people write in these chats that I don't understand because I'm not really a gamer. But yes, okay, weeb I understand, so it makes a lot more sense than weak. LMAO, I like y'all.
Thanks, Ghetto TCG.
We
I
like
appreciate
you
that.
too.
Yeah, thanks. This is great. Thank you for stopping in.
And since you're new, leave your pronouns for me in chat. Thanks.
So, I mean, this was the deck. I wanted to show it off to folks before we ended the playing here, because, I mean, that's 7 wins, 1 loss with this really sick draft deck.
Yeah.
Really sick. And, I am not, like, despite the fact that I literally just said that I like Sultai, when the set first came out, like, for pre-release and stuff, this card was not on my radar. You can go watch the streamer event.
This card was fucking rad.
Again, I learned that during pre-release when every opponent that I played against who played this, like, one or more of these, wrecked my face. But my play strategy typically doesn't involve putting stuff into my graveyard. Like, my brain doesn't quite get that strategy well enough. But when this type of a deck exists and the cards exist like Auroral Procession, I can go and get a card back. Any card.
Right.
So including one of these, which I often did, because Awaken the Undead on Chapter 3 gets only a creature, right? Or a land, technically, but only a creature, really. And Whale of War gets creatures back. So, like, I have ways of getting creatures back already. Auroral Procession is a way to get more of these back, including what we did before, getting Awaken the Undead back to kill something, and then still get another creature back later.
Really good strategy.
And you get benefits with Attuned Hunter and Kishla Skimmer for getting things out of your graveyard. So, like, all of those things, like, coupled together really makes it so that, like, this deck kind of makes itself, right? It, like, tells you what to do. And so even though it's not my typical strategy, it, like, really speaks to, by the way, this is the thing, do the thing, right?
And we'll make it easy for you to do the thing.
Right. And the cards like Gurmag Nightwatch and Rakshasa's Bargain would typically be cards that I would look at and be like, ew, no. Because I have to put 2 cards in my graveyard with this. I have to put 2 cards in my graveyard with this. Ew, that's bad. But it's not. You're filtering. Because the other thing is, we had the ability to say, okay, even in certain situations where we were like, oh, well, we have this in our hand, so we want to put a good creature like this
Yeah.
in the graveyard because we have this and we're going to get it back with this. So we're going to draw a card off of this and then have this back again. But it also means that we get to choose the second best card out of those three to put on top, or something like that. Or put a land there because we know that Awaken the Honored Dead is going to get to chapter 3. So we're going to have to discard that land to then get a creature back, right? Or a creature back.
Right.
And then, whatever. So that's
way better than a land.
Yes. And so that's the strategy, right? And it's just that in a vacuum, looking at this card, I'm going, I don't want to end up putting 2 cards into my graveyard. But it's that you're putting the best of 3 cards on top. That's the way you have to look at it.
Right.
Not putting 2 cards into your graveyard, although with graveyard strategies,
Yeah. So Ghetto TCG says he and him. I'm subbed up. Thank you so much.
Appreciate that.
And he says it works better with Harmonize. You making some good suggestions for sure.
Yeah, Harmonize as well as Renew, right? So we didn't have any Harmonize in this deck, unfortunately, right? If it had come up as an opportunity, I would have. But Renew is also great. I mean, the number of times that we had a 5/3 Crocodile out and we were like, okay, I mean, we don't care if this dies or we want this to die. Let's do it. Or Alchemist Assistant, same thing. Putting the one game where we played this early and then got the dragon out and then put lifelink on it and then swept the game that way. That was it. It was over.
Yeah.
It was really good. So, yeah, Renew is also a great ability. And again, milling cards off the top, putting them in your graveyard, sacking them to things like the Earth Carver or the Ancestor. That's what this deck wants to be doing. And that's what we ended up making. So.
And it works very well that way.
It really did. It really did.
Yeah. He says, "Oh yeah, I'm def watching Yellow Fids. Thank you. These are really ideas for my Codus Voltron."
Hell yeah. Okay.
Oh.
I like that.
Okay.
Really cool. I will say, in the chat, Professor Smoke up there is probably, I would say, the best commander player that we have as a regular viewer. I hope I'm not insulting anybody by saying that. I just think that Marcus is probably the best and definitely the most prevalent frequent commander player that we have. So
right.
Yeah, so if you ever have any tips or tricks or questions or whatever, I know Marcus is our or Professor Smoke, his name is Marcus,
right.
Is our go-to guy. Just for new people, if I say Marcus, who the hell is Marcus?
Yeah, Professor Smoke with the little EV icon.
That's right, yeah. But yeah, so this was the deck tonight. What a cool, fun one that we did with this draft.
He says, "Good, LOL, sideways crying laughing face."
Yeah. So, okay. 7 wins, 1 loss. I mean, look.
Awesome.
Our wallet.
Screenshot that.
Yeah. Our
Make
wallet
it our
is
desktop.
happy. Well, actually, they can't see that. Silly me.
Oh.
My bad, everybody. There you go. Now you can see that.
Well, damn.
Look at that. 7 wins, 1 loss. There it is. Now you can screenshot it.
Yeah.
No, we're not making our desktop. I like our desktop.
Well, fine.
But anyway, this is really cool. Super glad that we get to share this with all of you.
He says, "Dub City."
You're damn right. It was a lot of fun. And the one loss that we had was, whoo boy, if you're going to lose, I guess we lose to 2 in-hand mythic dragons on turn 6 or 7. Insane. Actually insane. And then on the battlefield at the same time, backed up by Dragonologist, giving them hexproof.
Right.
Jesus.
I feel like that was the thing, was the hexproof.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because we had a lot of removal. It's just that we couldn't target those dragons because they never tapped. It was insane. Anyway, but that was our only loss, and, sometimes that happens, right?
Yeah.
What a cool stream.
Yeah, it really was. Send them to the cleaners.
That's right. Yeah, we did. It worked out really well. Let's claim our prize. 2,200 gems.
Yay.
And 6 packs.
Awesome.
Which means, why the hell not? If we go here...
36? Holy
30,
damn.
36 packs to open. We'll open 10 tonight. That's it. But we get at least 1 mythic, and it's just the 1 mythic. Now, if Erica was still here, she would inform everybody of what that mythic is going to likely be. But since she's not here... But since she's not here, it won't be.
That's the one and only time I've ever said that.
Yeah. So our first Obzon Monument, we haven't gotten a lot of monuments, I feel like. Our first armament dragon, speaking of Abzan.
The corncob dragon.
It's so weird. Such a thick neck on this dragon.
It's a corncob.
I know it's a corncob.
They just stuck the armor and the face on.
And then a second one, but that doesn't mean it's our first. It's our second. We get Flamehold Grappler, which is the art on the packs as well.
One Piece character neck type-ish.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Does everybody have a thick neck in One Piece? Is that what it is?
I mean, if they're strong and powerful, right?
Oh, okay.
So it's a way to depict them.
And he says, damn.
For the number of packs that we had.
Right.
Mardu Siegebreaker is what an incredible card. 4 mana, 4/4, Death Touch, Haste.
This isn't our first?
No.
I feel like I haven't seen this.
It's very good. When it enters, exile up to one other target creature you control until this creature leaves the battlefield. So you just pick one of your cards, get rid of it. Whenever this creature attacks for each opponent, so for our purposes it would be one opponent, we create one tapped token that's a copy of the exiled card attacking that opponent. At the beginning of our next end step, sack those tokens, but you do that every turn. Whenever this attacks. You just make another token. So if you get rid of a creature that has an enter the battlefield effect, like, I don't know, this one, you make a 3/4 flying hasting token every turn that distributes 3 +1/+1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 creatures you control. Every time you attack with this Death Touch creature.
Yeah. Okay.
Just saying. Just throwing it out there.
Not ridiculous at all. He says, yeah, my guy knows his One Piece, LOL.
Ironically, I actually don't know too much One Piece. I just
really
know,
don't.
I know enough. I know enough to know that makes sense, you know?
And then he says, that's fire. I'm running Mardu.
It's a good card, man. Really good. All right. Avenger of the Fallen. This is our first one of these. 2 and a black for a 2/4 Death Touch Human Warrior. Mobilize X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. This is the one where we were playing against somebody that had a Sultai deck. It was Loading Ready Run during the streamer event. They had a Sultai deck, and they had that card that makes you pick a creature, and all of your creatures become copies of that creature. So they made all their creatures copies of this, and they had like 5 or 6 cards in their graveyard, made 4 of this, and then made 24 1/1s and attacked us and killed us.
Yeah. It was ridiculous.
In one turn. I was just like, oh, guess we die. What the hell?
Like, no shit, we die. He says Avenger is tight. It plays really good.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, like I said, it worked out real well for those opponents. Shoutouts to Loading Ready Run.
I mean, look at this art. This dude's he's just a fucking boss.
Yeah, he's running along the posts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, blocking lightning with his wrists or something. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah, it's really, really cool. Wow. Okay. Then we have Roar of Endless Song, a Teamer card.
Oh, it's embroidered.
Yes. And this is our first of this, although I played this at pre-release. This card's dumb. 5 mana, make a 5/5. Next turn, make a 5/5. Turn after that, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn.
Okay.
It's like, I'd like to make a 5/5. I'd like to make a second 5/5. I'd like to have 2 10/10s. Combat.
Sure. Why not?
Yep.
Ghetto TCG says Acadian Soldier Energy.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. It was like, again, like the things that have happened to us in this format. Bloomvine Region.
It's a hell of a format.
Yeah, it really is. Bloomvine Region's fun. 4/5 flyer for 5. Whenever it or another dragon we control enters, we gain 3 life. I played this at pre-release as well and did pretty well against our friend Sean with this one.
Oh, Sean is good.
Yes, but he was very upset by this card. Very upset. Because like I had this out and like he was trying to win, but I was just like, well, I'll play a dragon, gain 3, like, like I just had a bunch of different, nonsense that I could do with it. Felithar, Dawn of the Abzan. So talking about Abzan. When it enters or attacks, we can sack an online permanent to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature we control. And Abzan has all of the Endure. So if you have like early creatures, because this is only 3 mana, right? But if you have a 1 or a 2 drop that says endure 1, you make a 1/1, and then you just sack the 1/1 when this enters or attacks, and everything else gets a +1/+1 counter every time this attacks.
Very nice.
Dumb. Real dumb.
He says, I run this one here.
Which one? The Bloomvine or the Felithar?
The Felithar.
It's a good one. Sage of the Skies. Speaking of good cards, 3 mana, 2/3
I feel like I haven't seen this one either.
No, we used this when Aaron was with us that week.
Oh.
We had this because he said it's one of the best white rares. 3 mana for a 2/3 flying lifelink, and if you cast another spell this turn, you copy this spell. So then for 3 mana, you get 2/3 flying lifelinkers.
Awesome.
Insane. Just an insane card. Clarion Conqueror. This card screwed us over big time in one of our games where we could have won, but this didn't allow us to activate an activated ability of an artifact, even though it was a mana ability. Old Magic cards, back in my day, when Magic cards said that activated abilities couldn't be activated, they said unless they were mana abilities. But this one does not say that, and so we couldn't tap our artifact for mana. So we got a little screwed there. But yeah, 3 mana, 3/3 flyers, not bad. Lotus Light Dancers. We got our first one of these last week. This is a Sultai card. 5 mana for a 3/6 lifelink, and when it enters, we can search our library for a black card, a green card, and a blue card, and put them all into our graveyard and then shuffle. And don't forget, this is a black card or a green card.
Right.
This is a blue card or a green card. So like if you wanted to search for a black card, a blue card, and a green card, you could put all 3 of these into your graveyard.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. Okay, and then our mythic.
There it is.
Is Erica here with us, or is she not?
She's not.
She is not here with us. Yes. By the way, the joke, folks, for those who are new, especially, for example, Ghetto TCG, Erica always rightfully points out that it's going to be a mythic rare wild card, and then we don't get to talk about the card itself. And she's often right, but because she's not here to say that and jinx us, we got Parination. This card's insane. Again, speaking of Abzan, 3 and Abzan colors, sorcery speed, return a permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield with a hexproof counter and an indestructible counter.
Oh, damn, that's good.
Any card. So, like, how about this, right? This Death Touch Haster that just makes whatever your best creature is a copy of it every single turn.
Wow. Oh, man.
Right? And now it's just got hexproof so they can't target it, and indestructible so they can't kill it in combat. And it's got Death Touch, so anything they block it with dies. Yeah, like, it's just...
This set is fucking sick. Like, I mean, so, okay. So playing it on its own, really cool.
Yeah.
But how is that going to affect playing with all the other sets that are currently in standard
and stuff? Sure.
Like,
and we're not big constructed players around here, but for folks that are, let us know either in chat right now or in the comments on the VOD. More than welcome.
Because I feel like this is just OP by comparison.
Okay, fair enough. It may be, right? Because sometimes when stuff like this is going around where it's like big, powerful stuff, like notice some of the more powerful things that we talked about. I mean, this is only 4 mana, which is pretty great. And this wants to be aggressive.
Right.
But besides that, like this is 5 mana. This is 5 mana. This is 6 mana. This is 5 mana.
Right.
So decks that do well against decks like this are these types of decks. This is like the top of your curve, right?
Right.
And then you play this, it's got haste, you swing in with this, getting rid of your best thing that you have besides this, and just trying to beat face, right? Like,
yeah. Godolope says LOL. Ghetto TCG says big sheesh. Facts.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. So, I mean, hey, like I said, what a cool stream we had tonight.
Yeah.
For Ghetto TCG, for your benefit and or for anybody else that is unaware, we stream here every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So right now, for time zone purposes, it is currently 10:45 p.m. where we are here in the Northeast United States. So if your time zone is different, just 2 hours and 45 minutes ago is when we started the stream at 8 p.m. Eastern Hour Time. So just be aware. that is when we start the stream. If folks want to come and join us, you are always more than welcome. We would love to have you.
Yeah.
As Greg mentioned earlier, in a couple of weeks, Final Fantasy comes out. We're going to be doing the streamer event. There is a streamer event. We have heard it. We just don't know when, and we don't have, well, we know when. It's going to be the Wednesday before pre-release, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. So stay tuned for that. We will be a part of that as we usually are.
So what is that date? Let's figure out what date that is to tell people.
Oh, God.
Sorry, I thought it would be easy.
It actually isn't too bad. June 4th.
Okay.
June 4th is the date on that. So June 4th, 1 p.m. streamer event live right here on this channel. Oh, we've been blocking some of this stuff, but that's fine. We're just going to move ourselves back where we belong now that we showed off our win-loss ratio. And there we go. But yeah, so that will be happening June 4th. And then I guess June 5th, if you stay tuned to this channel, there's going to be a lot of product being opened. If you look back on our other videos on this channel, you will see every new set that comes out, at least main set release, there's a lot of product that gets opened for Greg's store, Champion Card Collector in Poughkeepsie, New York. You will see at least, this is usually what happens, and Greg is still here, so at least a case of play boosters and a case of collector boosters, subject to change with an asterisk, because it's based on their needs as a store. So that is subject to change, but that is what it has been in the past, and we will see.
Greg says, smile. It's an insane video for each set. So good.
It's such a blast to make, and people get to just sit down for 2, 3, 4 hours and just watch me open tons of product, beautiful product. In the case of our Commander Masters video, very valuable product, and just get more and more and more of it hand over fist. That video was insane. It's also our second most viewed video on this channel.
Yeah.
So if you filter by popular on the channel, you will find it. Like I said, second most viewed video. Literally over $1,000 worth of product easily was opened in that video. Maybe a couple thousand. At the time of filming. I don't know, at that time. I don't know what it is now with the bans and stuff, but, that's not my fault.
Fair enough.
I didn't do it. I just opened cool stuff. So.
Ghetto TCG says, I'm definitely locked on Twins, supporting fellow MTG YouTubers.
Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, so we are looking forward to all that content, and then that Friday for pre-release, or that Friday of pre-release, we will also have a video of us opening some pre-release kits. Again, don't know how many, and that's my fault, not Greg's, because that's kind of our choice when we get there. We'll have that discussion, but we'll open a number of pre-release kits live at the pre-release itself. We'll even do a video looking around at all the cool stuff that people are opening for the new Final Fantasy set.
Yeah.
Both of those videos will come out at some point on that Friday night, and then we'll be playing in the pre-release on Saturday and Sunday. In fact, Saturday night, if I remember correctly, there is a two-headed giant event, which has a cute Chocobo-themed name that I'm not remembering, which means Casey, the manager, is going to be very upset with me, and I'm sorry that I don't remember the branding appropriately. But if you are anywhere near the Poughkeepsie, New York area for the pre-release, there you go.
Two-headed Chocobo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's two-headed Chocobo.
Okay.
That's the format that we'll be playing.
Well, I was looking at the 2HE, because that's what he had capitalized, and I was like, does that mean something?
No,
does it
E
not?
was just, the capital E was a typo.
Oh, okay. He says, let's go.
That's right.
Inquiring Mind Screw popped in saying, sorry I missed the stream tonight.
We're sorry, Inquiring Mind Screw.
Yeah, we did really well in this one.
That's right. If you want to see us do quite well with a really cool Sultai deck, you're more than welcome to check the VOD. But also, as usual, you're never required to be here. We do appreciate you stopping in. And like I said, if you want to check out the VOD, please do once it's up. But it's great to have you here at this point nonetheless.
Right. And Godalope says, night, folks.
Thank you so much, Godalope. Good night to you as well. Thanks so much for being here for such a long time in the stream. It was great to see you. Sorry,
really
I'm taking Amy's job. I apologize. Okay. But yeah, so that Friday night we'll have those.
That means I can just sit back.
Yeah, there you go. Relax, chill. So what I was going to say is, if you're anywhere near the Poughkeepsie, New York area for the pre-release itself, come down to Champion. Maybe we'll play each other. Who knows? It's all about how it gets paired up, right? But we'll definitely come over and say hi, because don't forget, you can see our faces right now, but we can't see yours. So, like, if you think, oh my God, why aren't they saying hi? It's because we don't know what you look like. So we're not just going to, we don't just walk up to every person and be like, do you know us? We're YouTubers. Like, that's really, like, conceited.
You know us, right?
Yeah, like, that's I don't like that.
That's really gross and weird.
But if you do recognize us from videos, please come up and say hi.
Yeah. Greg says, I know you. Yes, you do.
We know you too, yes. And actually, people know what Greg looks like now too, because he's been in a few of those videos. So you can go watch those promotional videos that we make for the store. And for the last couple, I think Greg has been involved. So, yeah.
He says, LOL.
Yeah.
For sure, smile.
Yeah. So, and like I said, we're looking forward to making those. Final Fantasy is a great set. It's looking really cool.
It does look really cool.
Yes. And I happen to know that a number of people, more than one.
I try to keep Joe guessing.
He succeeds at keeping Joe guessing. It's real good. It's very fun. Yeah. Greg will just like appear out of nowhere while I'm making the video and he just shows up. It's great. It's very good.
That's amazing.
Keeping me on my toes is important sometimes, right? You got to keep him humble.
He says, but he's so good at keeping his composure. Godalope says, isn't that how we met?
Yeah. I mean, we just came up to you because you were staffing a table.
Yeah.
But I don't think we immediately introduced ourselves as YouTubers. We just, after we like talked to you for a little while. But yeah, I mean, I loved that. That was great.
No, first we were talking about FCG.
That's true. Good old FCG.
Because we were all fans of Critical Role.
That's right. And we still are.
Greg says he's so much better on the mic than me.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's pre-recorded, Greg. People don't see all the stuff that gets cut out.
Yeah.
Thankfully that's only happened once, right? Where I like completely whiffed. I like choked entirely on making the video and had to restart.
You missed us talking about wrestling earlier, Greg. You could watch some wrestling and get better on the mic.
Yeah, that's right.
Overkill is here saying smiley day to you
with a
robot face.
That's awesome. What's up, Overkill? Welcome. And yes, very good. Love FCG.
Yes.
Shout outs to Critical Role and of course Sam Riegel. Amazing.
Godalope says, no, just joking around.
Again, no worries at all. And it was great. Very funny. Yeah, again, no offense taken at all.
And Godalope says, smiley day.
That's right. Absolutely.
Godalope has made an amazing FCG puppet. Is that what you consider it?
Yeah, like a real size FCG, like this big-ish. Like my head and torso sized. It's really, really cool. He did a great job.
Yeah.
And makes a lot of really cool other stuff as well.
Yes. Check that out.
Yeah, on Instagram, I believe if you spell it the same way that his name is on Instagram, you should find him. And he does really good stuff over there. So shout outs to him. Oh, and because we're talking about Instagram, I promised Marcus that I would look up his handle as well. So.
Greg says, okay, guys, I'm going to spend some time with my other half. Have a great night. Great stream. Love you guys. We love you too, Greg.
Love you too, Greg. Thank you very much.
We'll see you soon.
Yeah, for sure. We'll talk soon and then we'll see you soon. Where is that image? Is it here? Because if it's not, I'll just find it. Huh. Okay, hold on. We may go away for 2 seconds. The stream's not over. just hold on one moment.
Yeah, we're still here. We're just looking.
That's all right. We saw it, right? Hopefully you all saw it. Let me see if I can do this right. And Marcus, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Whoops. I think it worked. It's in chat right now at war2rs.on.art.
Is that right?
Tell me if that's correct.
Godalope says, yeah, puppet, 24 inches tall.
Jesus.
Working tire and buzzsaw, LOL. lit eyes.
And if I recall, 2 colors on those lit eyes, if not more. If not more than 2 colors on those lit eyes, which is really cool.
I did not realize that the tire worked. Was that the case when we met you? And the buzzsaw works? Did he even have a buzzsaw yet when we met you?
I think so.
It sounds like you made some improvements.
All right, so let's go back home here. Okay, so they're just giving us really, really big. Cast 200 creature spells with power 4 or greater over any number of games, and we're at 181 out of 200. Okay. It really wants me to play more historic. In my spare time, Arena. Jesus Christ. Okay, so guess what, everybody? That is going to be the end of this particular stream. Thank you all so very much for joining us. I really hope everybody enjoyed. I know I had a blast. This was a cool stream.
Oh, Overkill. Since you're new, please leave your pronouns for me in chat.
And also, welcome to the stream. It's great to have you.
Yes.
And in fact, speaking, Amy, of the amazing folks in chat.
Yes.
Our streams would not be as amazing as they are without all of you hanging out and joining us. And so, Amy, you know what that means. You have some work to do.
I certainly do. Godalope says 4 was a Home Depot under-cupboard light. Oh, red, green, blue, and white.
Hell yeah, I knew it was more than 2.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
Very cool. Yeah, so anyway, Godalope, thank you so much for being here. You're incredible. I'm really glad you were able to stay until the end tonight, especially since we went so long.
Yeah.
It was really cool talking to you so much tonight.
That's right.
He says, Saw just spins one and...
On an axle.
Oh, on an axle when you spin it, not motorized. Oh, okay, gotcha. Wheel was always spinnable.
Hell
okay.
Yeah. Really, really cool.
Yeah, very cool. Greg, thank you so much for making it here, and have a good rest of your night. We really appreciate it.
We'll talk to you soon. He knows that.
Overkill, thank you so much for showing up tonight and wishing us a smiley day.
That's right. Smiley day to you as well.
Inquiring Minds Crew, we're sorry you missed it, but we're glad that you popped in to say hello anyway.
That's
we really appreciate that. That means a lot.
For sure.
Ghetto TCG, thank you so much for being here. We'll check out your channel.
Yeah, what a pleasure to have you. Thanks for the compliments. It was really cool and nice chatting with you.
Yeah.
Like Amy said.
Marcus, thank you so much for being here as always. You're just incredible. We love you so much.
For sure.
C. Holland, you are amazing as always. And yeah.
And thanks for answering my wrestling questions. I learned a fair number of new things tonight about Jolly Old England, as it's called.
Yeah, some TV things that are interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Erica, thank you so much for being here, especially since you've got so much going on. Mm-hmm. So bless you, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Godalope says thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Godalope.
And that was everybody that we saw.
Can you scroll again? Wasn't there one other person?
No.
Ghetto TCG, thank you so much for subscribing as well. I did want to say that. But I thought there was one person near the beginning, but it won't go back that far.
No, it went back. That was the beginning.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I guess I'm just crazy.
I mean...
That's fine.
I didn't say it. That's... No. No.
That's fine.
Not okay.
Moving on.
I will say for... folks who are interested, Amy mentioned it. If you're enjoying the things that we're doing here on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell. You'll get notifications whenever any of our videos come out and or whenever we go live. As a reminder, we also have 2 other channels. Links down in the description box below for Video Games for All.
And Gluten Free for All.
So if you want to see Amy experiencing video games that she's never experienced before, aka all of them, that's what Video Games for All is for. And if you are or you know someone who has celiac, is gluten-free for whatever reason, Gluten Free for All is the place. Often also lactose-free foods, but not always. But it'll be cooking and or food reviews. It has mostly been food reviews recently, but there's absolutely cooking on there, and there will absolutely be cooking coming soon as well.
Yes, a lot more cooking.
Yes. So stay tuned for that.
Baking.
And like I said, links down in the description for both of those other two channels, as well as links to our two socials, or our multiple socials, but specifically our two Instagrams. We're just talking about Marcus's Instagram, Godolob's Instagram. We have two as well. We have Gluten Free for All and Geek for All Instagrams too, and we'd love to have you follow us over there as well.
Yes.
But I think that's quite enough for tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you all so very much for being here. I really hope everybody enjoyed it. I said, had an absolute blast. But between now and the next time that we see you all, which, by the way, may be this Friday over on Video Games for All, is the next time we will be live at 8 p.m. Eastern, playing and possibly finishing Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, hopefully you'll be able to come join us over there. Like I said, link in the description down below for both of our other two channels. And Video Games for All, 8 p.m. Eastern this Friday will be live. But between now and the next time that we see you all, whenever that happens to be, please continue to stay safe and happy and healthy. That is to you and yours super important. And for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe.
And I'm Amy.
And as we always say, in whichever video or stream of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.